All right. So, on the night of ice rain and all through the keep, not a creature was stirring save the Kreen, who's tasked to keep his keep safe while everyone is off to drink and make merry at the Elfinger Ball. Helgen and Micah are snug in their beds and promises of Conkers if he keeps watch over them all. The Castilian is tucked away, bedtime, whispering bedtime something to dragons and pyres. My handwriting went funny. With everyone else gone, Bazrag is sure to need a hand for something down below has come a sneaking. Beneath the keep, a circle of stone, once quiet and cold, a hum starts to grow, and dark things come, causing to cause trouble Kreen already knows, looking to sow chaos on this bestest of nights. And so the three kobolds, Jux, Greg, and Runt, you're running down this long corridor of like dark stone. There's something chasing you behind. There's not dark shapes and cackling laughter and this all like the with sounds that make like your skins crawl and or your hide crawl. And there's a portal ahead of you, and it's glowing with like this kind of like humming like reverberations. And you're trying to desperately get away. And as you're running through the portal, Jux, with your passive perception, you notice that there's a switch on your this side of the portal, and instinctively you kind of like slam your hand out and like break it off and tumble through the portal after your friends. You all land in a heap in a cluttered room where there is another similar stone circle rising up out of the ground behind you. It's a large room filled with crates and boxes, and it's very dark, but you all have night vision, so it's not a real problem. But it looks like this is some sort of like storage room, and there's like a big emptied, cleared out area in front of you, and there's like some scorch marks on the floor where it looks like lightning or some other kind of explosion like occurred, and like the stones have kind of been scoured and scorched by the whatever caused it. And Kreen, you are sweeping nearby, and you hear this clatter of yips and yipping noises coming from the room with the big singing stone that
Bad stone?
the bad stone.
The bad stone.
The bad stone. And so, for the sake of getting this started, we'll say that Kreen runs in to investigate the noise, and you guys describe what Kreen sees.
Anyone else want to go? I'll go. Yep. Okay.
Dan, you go first.
So Jux is arcane trickster rogue, so he is also blue, which might mean something to Kreen or not. But and he's quite wiry for a kobold, who are already quite wiry little creatures. He's actually dressed like reasonably fine for a kobold and has lots of pouches and things on him. He finds his way into lots of wealth, and looks quite healthy. Looks quite healthy and confident for a kobold. I don't know how much more I can explain about a kobold, but
Liam, you go next. What does Runt look like?
As you can imagine from his name, Runt is really short, even for a kobold, which I did some Googling, and they're like a meter tall by average. He's smaller than that. So he's super runty.
oof.
He's like a weird like orange color, but it seems to like glow with a very faint light almost. He's not wearing like he's got like very basic trousers on, and that's about it. And he's got surprisingly lean muscle for a kobold of that height. But he's very runty. That's about the best way to describe him. He's runty, and he's got horns, and he's sort of, as soon as he like lands in a heap, he like springs up and does like a crane pose, like from Karate Kid, because of course he does.
Andrew, what does Greg look like?
A very fanciful looking kobold indeed. He's got very fancy looking slacks, custom fit, and a shirt on with what appears to be a nice looking hat. Other than it's kind of ill form fitting though. He's kind of a muscular kobold. He's kind of got a crazy look in his eyes. Um, but other than that, nothing much. That's Greg.
I think what you run into is Jux going, "See, I told you it was safe. We only lost 12 kobolds getting here."
Runt is glad he made it with special friends.
Kreen's brandishing his broom like a great sword.
Oh God, you beat us to it.
To what?
All of this loot. And like looks across at all the crates and chests and whatever in various states of disrepair.
Runt has found the treasure! He was looking around with his arms in the air for some reason.
You know, steal from the lady in white.
Lady in who?
The lady in white.
This is all hers?
All of it.
Lots of treasure for one lady.
Well, it's hers.
Even this? And I pick up something. What do I pick up, see?
You pick up what looks to be the broken remains of a, we'll say, it's like the tail end or like the corner piece of like a wooden crate that was busted open whenever this room was first like cleared out. And so like you pick it up and it's like, this 2x4 that's been nailed to another 2x4, but like it's all broken. And whenever you lift it up, like in an L shape, and whenever you lift it up, like the L arm kind of like falls and kind of swings down, all like.
I like shake it in Kreen's direction so it like swings a bit. Is this hers?
I think that's trash.
That especially, she's gonna want that back.
That trash.
But that! Runt points to the broom that Kreen is currently holding.
This is for sweeping. It's a broom. Duh.
It's ladies.
Well, I mean,
It's ladies, why you have it?
I sweep.
Makes sense. Runt nods wisely.
Why you sweep
Wisely but
cave?
calm.
Make it clean so people can live here.
Kobolds don't need sweeping to live.
And neither do runts.
Okay, way too many questions. I'm Kreen.
Jux like steps up to you. Are you still like brandishing the?
He's kind of relaxed a little bit. I mean,
Okay. Oh,
We're in no danger.
yeah.
I'm Jux.
Runt is runt. Runt just throws his arms in the air.
Greg.
All right. So you're Jux, and you're his friends.
Special friends! I'm being a bit loud for 12 o'clock in the morning. Come on.
All right.
Special friends.
Special friends.
You came from the Bad Stone.
Bad stone? And he like
Bad
turns
things
around
in
to
bad
look at the
stone.
stone.
Where's the good stone?
I ate good stone. Runt ate good stone.
Oh,
Did the Bad Stone sing to you?
Does it?
I mean,
Yeah,
there was
it was-
lots of running and lots of things snarling behind us.
Yeah, you guys heard like the glowing hum of like the portal, which you hadn't been activated for quite some time in the time it was like a large cavern, underground cavern where you all kind of like roamed, not so much lived, but it's one of those things that everyone knew about the stone circle and that it used to lead places, but no one had ever been able to activate it or turn it on. But it had been like humming recently, which is why like everybody was kind of like gathering around it. And that's whenever like the nasty things came.
Yeah, kind of singing, I guess. Could use some
Singing like-
lessons.
Did you see the bad man?
Many
Oh.
bad men.
There were bad things. Not sure if men.
Because the lady's friend said, "We make you go away," and they went away to the bad man.
Lady
To
in
the
white
back.
special friend.
I guess.
He
She said-
yelled special
He
friend
said,
again.
"I make you go away," and he went away.
It's late. He kind of
But that
turning back to
wasn't
the
the lady in
portal.
white. That wasn't the lady in white, though. That was a friend.
Special friend.
Is the portal still Is the portal still kind of on-ish? Or
No, because basically what had happened is whenever you guys were running through, Jux saw a switch. You know what switches look like because you guys build traps all the time, so you know what switches look like. And so whenever like you ran by, because you had the highest passive perception, you were the one that kind of slapped it and kind of broke it off so that it collapsed behind you. But you know, there's no that
Okay.
could get fixed.
So there doesn't seem any like imminent danger with them coming through or not. It seems off at the minute.
It's off at the minute, yes, but you don't know how long that will be.
Runt puts his head through the stone circle.
Nothing happens.
Stone dead.
Badstone seems sleepy for now.
Sleepy
Where is
stone.
Lady in White? Maybe she can tell the bad things to go away.
She went away.
You will leave now. He recreates the pose that Kreen did when they were describing the white lady.
No,
did she tell
went-
herself to go away?
No, she went away. They all went away. The other
Wait,
people
wait.
that live here with the lady in white.
Oh, why you not going?
Not loud. Lady in white wanted to hang out with her.
Oh,
Runt cocks his head like a dog.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the lady in white did tell you that it was very important to leave the keep guarded and that you were performing a very important duty. But yes, she kept making glances at her the entire time as she was saying it instead of paying attention to you, Kreen.
I love how you guys know what this is and I have no idea.
I know. I'm sorry, Liam.
That's fine. That's great.
I mean, if you had cameoed in the first campaign.
That's Rob's fault, not mine.
Okay. We will not hold it against you.
I mean,
Didn't
I
break the
guess,
this time.
gotta protect the keep.
You
guessed.
protect Keep? This is Keep?
This whole thing is the lady in white's keep.
What keeps? Keeps what?
Treasure!
Treasure!
Treasure! Like
Can
that
I
box.
scramble up the steps to look out, or is it closed?
You're in the basement right now, so you could climb up some boxes if you'd like.
But there are steps leading to the
There is a
the
door
doors to the
that
basement.
leads- yeah.
When he says keep, I'm going to go for the door to go have a look because I don't know if I believe him or not.
I'm gonna
Okay.
follow Jux because he's my special friend.
Hold on.
I
So,
trust Jux.
We might be monsters.
Jux and Runt, you like walk past Kreen through the doorway that he's been blocking, and you see like a wide open kind of like large like, warehouse like basement where there's just like stone pillars every couple of feet, and there's more and more of like these boxes, and there's also um, a pair of golems that are like kind of sitting off in like the far side that has like stairs that lead up. There are like these two stone golems that are like sentry golems that are like these dwarven statues that are kind of like in like a kneeling position with like these huge gauntleted fists kind of like over one knee, like they're bowing in servitude.
Lady in White has a lot of stuff. Are you sure she's going to miss some of it?
She will find you.
Who
She's
could
got
keep track
smart
of all
friends.
this stuff?
She's very smart. She's got very smart friends.
Oh,
One guy's like, I know everything.
those are the biggest dwarfs I've ever seen.
Special dwarfs?
Special dwarfs.
Yes.
Special dwarf friends?
I mean, they helped.
Okay.
How? All right. I guess I could show you around, but we have to be super quiet. Helgen is probably sleeping. She'd be
Chuck is
very.
very good at being super quiet.
Helgen,
Run to
shh, very quiet. Helgen will not like the Kreen is having friends over.
He like covering his mouth.
Probably will tell the lady in white.
Ragnar wants to be sent away.
All right, so if Crane is showing all of you guys around, you'll head like past all of like the boxes and boxes of or crates of things, some of which are like half opened, and there's like a few crates that looks like someone has taken out the contents like meticulously and like stacked them up as though they're categorizing things carefully, like on the crate next to it. And then there's some crates that look like they've been splintered open like by a drunken thief who's just kind of like crowbarred off the top, and there's like splinters of wood everywhere, and like the contents are like just like thrown behind and like haphazard, like just like this looks boring and like over the shoulder. And so like they're all kind of, you can tell like it looks like different personalities have been unpacking things down here. But as you
While we walk, my completely invisible mage hand is just going to be rifling through things whenever Kreen isn't looking.
Runt's gonna try and stack stuff prettiest to not prettiest.
well, you're not going to have time for stacking per se if you're going to be following Kreen for the tour, unless you want to stay here and stack.
He's going to see a pretty thing, put it a thing like he's about to start a stack, but then he sees Kreen kept moving and he just carries on.
Okay.
So essentially, every stack is one thing high. Keep going.
All right. So we're going like he leads you up the stairs from this cellar, and it like leads up into the courtyard of this keep, and it you see like these massive stone walls like surrounding the keep itself, like this big stone castle building, but there's like a like palisades and like a wall like completely around, and like it's like crumbling down, like it's like seen battle, like lots of battle. And there's like some like the front gates look like they're in the midst of being repaired. There's and then there's like scorch marks of like fire across, again, like more like explosion signs of it, like fire and explosions, like recent across like the iron bars and across like some of the stone. And there's like this large patch of earth in like the center of the courtyard that has been like recently unearthed and turned over. And as like you kind of walk around, you see this small little wooden building that has a sign on it that says the Blissful Mistress. And there's like one little room window on like the side where you can like see like candlelight flickering, but it like looks like there's like no one in this tavern at the time. And so you keep going, you go around through like the front doors of the keep, and it is a large, you open it up and it's like a large foyer, or would be a really nice looking foyer if it wasn't for like all of like the sleeping bags and like bedrolls and like just signs of people living in like this like little center foyer. There's another like, and off to like either side of the foyer there's like large wings, where through one on like the left you can see like there's like these large stone archways that are currently open. They're like these large double doors, and you can see like what would be a library. There's lots of bookshelves, some in the midst of being built off to in this one area, and there's like more crates in there, and there's like a few bookshelves that have already been like filled with books, but like you see like bookshelves in progress, and more crates and supplies in there. And there's a few crates that are kind of like glowing magically that you can kind of like still see to like the naked eye. You can kind of see like little shimmer of like a protection around like some of the crates in there. And then off to the across the other side of like the library wing, there's another stone door that is currently closed and kind of like looks like it's like smaller for like a bedroom type door. And then the other half of the first floor is kind of run down and dilapidated and kind of like in the process. Like you can see where someone's been like slowly cleaning and clearing like debris out from one side of the wing, and it is filling up, or like you have like it's under construction, and you can like see like the signs of construction. And then on the center of the foyer there's a big large sweeping staircase that leads up into the next floor, which is also similar. It's like Beauty and the Beast castle, where it's just kind of like run down and there's garbage everywhere, and it's kind of a little hard to traverse, but you can see where like someone has been trying to like make progress of making like the steps safe and traversable, and then like places for people to walk on like each side of like each of these wings. And there's about 5 stories to this place, but the most lived in part seems to be this first floor. That's the major landmarks. You have the foyer with for people sleeping, and an under construction library, and then like rooms along each of these corridors. But some have doors, some don't. Some have doors that have fallen in.
Chucks has his snout in like one of the sleeping bags looking for things. Treasure.
Give me an investigation check and roll me a d6.
Oh no. I should probably have got some dice out. Investigation is a 16, and the d6 is a 5.
The d6 is a 5.
Yeah.
All right. You go. You open up like this bedroll, and immediately, like your little snout is kind of like you sneeze because you get like this huge waft of like plants and cigarette or tobacco smoke, and the smell of fermented booze and they're like you see like in the foot of like this bedroll, there is like a small mason jar that is full of like a clear liquid.
Mage hand slowly goes out for it, slowly pulls it back.
Seeing
You
this,
now have
Sorry.
a jar of hooch.
Yay!
Runt attempts to do the same thing, but like when he stands up, the bedroll is still over his head and covering his eyes, and he immediately walks into a wall.
Roll me a d6.
2.
Okay, in this bedroll, out tumbles a few books and knickknacks, and then there's a large clang of like a metal flute that kind of like chitters across the floor. But there's like several books that kind of tumble out, and a small little like musical instrument that Runt is now tripping over.
Runt can't read.
Runt, get out of there. She'll make you go away.
Runt takes his new hat off. Runt picks up the flute and like holds it like a wand.
That's not what that's for.
You give it a good swing, and it makes a satisfying like sound as like the wind whistles through like the flute.
Magic stick. Can Runt keep magic stick?
No.
Is Kreen sure Runt can't keep magic stick? He looks at you with like puppy dog eyes, which aren't great considering he's a kobold and he's got like the slits.
I mean,
If Lady in White
Well-
wants magic stick back, she can have magic stick back.
well, that's not her magic stick.
Who's magic stick?
Elishon, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't remember. I knew there was another one at
it's
this.
Byron's flute,
Well,
of course.
I knew there was another one at this point in time, and I can't remember what he was.
Runt's like holding it to his chest, like a small child would, I guess.
I mean,
A smile
It
creeps on
is
his
just
little
one
face.
thing.
she never really plays that one.
She probably won't miss it.
Yeah, go ahead. For my new friend.
Runt throws his arms in the air and starts swinging the magic stick around so it'll make beautiful music.
While
Which
that's
is-
going on, can I steal a second thing without anyone noticing?
From the same sleeping bag, or are you going to go to a different one?
Is there more stuff to steal from this one?
There's a pouch of tobacco, it looks like, or some sort of pipe weed. Another like, and then like a little like pipe for the said pipe weed. And
He'll take the pipe weed.
okay. I was gonna say there's also like a few daggers in there that you're not quite sure like how whoever slept in something that had this many weapons in it, because like whenever like you kind of like jingle like the sleeping bag, it kind of like you could hear like the metal clanging together, or the scabbards clanging together, because there's at least like 4 daggers in there.
As long as it's not a sword and feast and famine, I'll choose the pipe weed.
There's also like a bottle of like hair tonic.
Do I get more than one item or just one?
Roll. You're trying to be sneaky about it, right?
Yes. Jux is preeminent thief.
Roll sleight of hand.
I rolled 11, but plus 10 for 21.
I was gonna be like, well, you got everybody's. No, hold on. I was gonna say everyone passively sees you, but no. Yeah, you can get 2 things.
Okay, so I had hooch from before. I have pipeweed and now hair tonic.
Sure.
Oh, all the makings of a improvised explosive,
Molotov cocktail for sure.
but with pipeweed, gas bomb, and whatever the hair tonic does
I
in
mean,
it set alight.
so this is unbelievably cheeky, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Can my magic stick count as a monk weapon?
Yes.
Yes.
We will
Awesome.
say that it, because you're a runt and you're so little, it is a quarterstaff for you.
Oh my god. Yes.
Just imagine you hitting some guy and like piercing his lung and it just going as like it glows out through the flute. And this horrible gory splatter, that's what I want.
You got to try real hard to get the how you want to do this, Liam. Just so you can make that happen for Dan.
Yeah, that goes, shall we?
So Kreen. This is all ladies in white and her special friends. But none of
Yes.
them are here.
No, they went
No.
to the party.
I will. So, can anyone help with bad things through bad stone?
What do you mean?
The bad things that I mentioned that we were running from.
Did they get in?
They might.
Bad stone, not bad now.
I mean, we
It's
seem
quiet.
to have turned bad stone off.
Can't turn stone off stone.
But we fell through bad stone, Brand. Do you know, with the humming and stuff?
Not sound now.
No sound now.
Bad stone, normal stone now. Because good go through bad stone, making bad stone regular stone.
Someone roll me a D100.
Well, I guess we are just free to kick back and enjoy Wintertide now.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hear anything from the basement.
We're next on tour, Kreen.
To the library.
But if to answer Jux's question, Kreen, he was, I believe, asking like who is around the keep. Right now, you know that Helgen and Micah are sleeping in the Blissful Mistress, but you don't want to disturb them because
I won't get conkers.
that's right, because Helgen promised you lots of conkers, but only if you did not interrupt her sleep, because you've been rather
my.
rabid. You've been rather rabid about the conkers, because you know she introduced you to chocolate. And this batch had mint, which is kind of like catnip for
This is chocolate covered conkers or something. What?
like chocolate chips in the
Yeah,
conker.
conkers is what they call cookies.
Yes.
What?
Oh yes, I forgot.
But basically, she said that you're not allowed to step foot in the Blissful Mistress because you keep eating the ingredients. And so she said, you know, if you stay out, you can have the conkers. You also know that Bazrag is patrolling the wall somewhere, but he's been kind of having a hard time of it lately. He recently lost, you know, his hand, and he's like recovering, and so he's kind of
Needs a
still,
hand, right?
yeah, he needs a hand. he recently lost one, literally.
Apparently, had is a big deal.
Yeah, but he is kind of a little out of it lately because he's been trying not to bother the lady in white for healing, and he's been kind of trying to like self-medicate a little tiny bit as he's like trying to like recover.
I didn't rub it in, and she never helped.
I mean,
I mean, the way to make me nostalgic for this game and sad that we're not playing Keep.
You're welcome. You're welcome. you think that Wodek, the Castilian, is here because you didn't see him leave for the Allfinger party, but like, yeah, he's been like shut up in like his office next to the library, or his office slash room
Working really hard.
that Byron kind of took over. But since like Byron left for the party, he's kind of like been in there and like, has
Byron
locked up
left
the
with
door
the
behind
night
him.
thief, right?
What?
The night thief lady, right?
Ooh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Byron left with the dark elf, monk,
night thief.
that the night thief. Yes.
You guys know night thieves, all right? They come and they take little kobolds who aren't listening. What's happening now?
Like Santa Claus.
Where? The night thief.
But he's supposed to be in that room, but he hasn't like come out to investigate.
Working
You
very
guys
hard.
you guys have been making like a lot of noise, and he hasn't like come out to like see what's going on.
We've been real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Besides my
been
magic
real
trick.
quiet. We've been so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the bird snack?
The bird snack. Are you talking about Morwin?
Yes.
No, not Minerva then.
Where is the bird snack?
I forgot about the griffin.
This one shot is about to derail. Because all these kobolds are going to chase around the griffin.
I forgot about the griffin. I would say that Morwin is probably up because Arden and Remy, the guy, the tall one with the bow and the short one that keeps calling you shitheel, they cleared out one of like the rooms up near the top of the keep, and you think that Morwin's been up there, like that. They kind of made like a little nest for the little baby griffin, who's now about your size.
Oh, it's not been him.
He's definitely bigger than Grunt.
But there's
Everybody's bigger than Run.
there's how many of us? 1, 7, 4, 1. That's not enough. We can't get bird snack. We should not go anywhere near bird snack.
I mean, you could recruiter it for the oncoming trouble ahead.
She might try to eat me.
She'll definitely eat me.
She def-
It depends on what kind of animal handling check you guys roll.
I mean, probably the last time I saw her was when I was trying to eat her.
Yeah, you did have her hanging out of your mouth, but ever since like you brought her home, Elishon's kind of like been taking care of her. She's been getting like a lot bigger and trying to train her a little bit, especially since like that guy that smells like wolf that comes by like all the fucking, he's like a bird sometimes, but he still smells like a dog, which is real confusing to you. But he's been coming by and trying to help Miss Elishon with training the baby griffin, and she's been responsive to Miss Elishon. So maybe you guys could, get Morwin to help you if you wanted to.
Do we go get bird snack in case there are bad guys? Bird snack's got super sharp claws. Brr.
Runt has claws. And he shows you his hands.
No, I like bird snack.
Kobolds are hungry. Fight better on full stomach. If you have bird snack.
We should.
Kreen is suddenly regretting his choice of calling the griffin bird snack.
But that's it's a bird. I thought it was a snack.
For sure, but now your new special friends want to.
I mean, they could go try. They could go try. I mean, they're certainly welcome to try, but she probably will eat them.
I mean, we have no idea what is up there.
I mean, it's a bird, a big bird.
How big, bird? Like, I,
Bigger than you.
You guys can go look.
Yeah, let's
Ru-
go. Let's go to Bird Snack.
When Kreen says bigger than you, Rup kind of looks at him like, don't like that joke.
It wasn't a joke. He was being factual. But you'll see.
Like that.
Let's go.
Like that, Tim.
Let's go. We're gonna go see Bird Snack. Let's go.
we no go library. You
I
said
mean, you
library.
want it? I said library. It's actually called a library. I know because my friend is very smart.
Ron can't read.
I can't read,
Well.
but it's a
Library
library.
useless. Bird snack.
No, books are cool. They spend lots of time in there. That's their favorite room.
Books are paper. Paper is bad. Not bad. It's not good.
We go bird snack first.
Bird
Can't
snack?
look at books after.
Book snack.
All right.
Book snack.
No.
So you guys climb up the flights of stairs up towards the roof access that's on the fifth floor. There's a small little room that on the far end of this wing of the keep, there is one room that kind of like looks like they've been like breaking down like some of like the stone walls in there. Like there's like still like support, like these support walls are still up, but it looks like they're trying to like widen like all of like the windows so that there can be like as much like light and sun as possible. And then like one wall's already complete where they've kind of like busted down like all of the stone, and there's like a sheet of glass that's been put in place along this outside wall. And like looks like they're trying to make a greenhouse on a roof on this roof floor. And then but off to another side there is another like small little room. It's like only has like the ruined remains of some really dilapidated beds. It looks like it was like maybe part of like a soldier's locks or something, because it's just like bunk beds, but they're kind of like crumbled and the wood is rotted, and there's like huge piles of like hay and blankets and mattresses that have all kind of been like piled up into this room. And in the center of it, there is a little black baby griffin that is like curled up on like this pile of feathers and hay and shredded blankets. That it looks like a large like lion cub, but it's like this, or panther cub would be better, because it's this sleek black with like these big long feathers and a sharp looking golden beak. But it's currently sleeping.
It's sleeping. We have the advantage.
It is about a little bit bigger than Runt is. It's about from beak to haunch, about 2.5 feet long. Not counting the tail and not counting like, wingspan or whatever. The body of the bird, griffin, is about 2.5 feet long. So
I really want to hand run a bee's nest so we could just throw it at it and then just die. You eat this, Kreen? This is bird snack.
I try, but Elishad no let me. She was like, "Don't you dare! You'll be bad." No. No.
You see, like, you're putting on a face right now. I
Yeah.
imagine. So, you're not allowed to eat bird snack. Are we allowed to eat bird snack?
No.
No. Okay. Is bird snack good at fighting
Special
bad
friend?
things?
Yes.
Can you control Bird's neck?
Kreen's gonna walk up and be like, Bird, listen.
You're gonna wake Morwen up.
Probably not. Be like, no, she needs rest. Best to leave her alone.
Sleepy bird snack.
She will leave her alone.
Okay.
And this
As-
is like quite high up in a tower, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 5 floors up.
Can I look out one of the windows without falling out?
Sure, you can try to get up to one.
Poor little run.
Make me. I mean, this is going to be easy for you. Make me an acrobatics check.
It would be if I rolled. Oh, it's an 18. We're good.
Yeah, you're fine. So you managed to like climb up part of like the ruined remains of one of the bunk beds, and thankfully because you are small and even for a kobold, like don't disrupt it or make it disintegrate whenever you climb on top of it. But like you look out through the window and you see like the back side of the keep. There is a large forest that kind of like spans across like all of what you can see, and then like there's like a small like little tiny like mountainous formation off to one side, and then in the distance you can kind of see that there's kind of a drop off for like a cliff face.
Pretty Greens and Big Rock.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Do I see anything advancing towards the keep?
No, and you think that if danger was going to come, it would come through the ring stone
Makes sense.
down in the basement.
Okay. We go see books now.
Don't touch the books.
Why does Jux
But
care
can
books?
we look at the books?
Because
Can
books
snack it?
books have secret to magic. And he like waves his fingers, and like there's like in his fingers there's like a tiny little runt little figure in his hand.
No. A runtier runt?
Super runt.
Runt stares. If depending how long this thing exists, Runt could stare
Mini
at this thing
runt.
for hours.
Okay, at some point he's gonna like close his little scaly fist, and the runt will just go.
It does
Just
that thing
poof
when
at
cats
it.
are really excited, where their eyes go really big. It's like that.
Mhm.
Where did Runt go? Runt, run! He like starts looking around for the small Runt.
I bring him back in the other hand.
Runt can do magic too, and I start swinging my magic stick in the air.
And it makes some noise.
It makes a magical noise.
Okay.
The lady in white's friend can do that.
Make little runts. Make lots of little runts.
He just
Big
makes
runt, they're
things.
like big runt.
He just makes things. And the big man, I do magic, but only at special times.
Runt is like that.
Can I get a D100 from somebody?
Sure. If I had the right dice and didn't pick up a D12, there we go. 80.
Nah.
80.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you guys kind of feel like this rumbling underneath your feet, even though you're like all the way up on the fifth floor. You kind of like feel like this kind of like
Is
Like,
it
kinda
similar
like-
to the humming of the gate?
yes, and like this like reverberation kind of like goes through the floor, and Morwen wakes up.
Oh fuck.
Badstone song, Badstone song.
The griffin kind of opens up her eyes and like looks around, like does like this, and like sees Kreen and kind of narrows her eyes a bit at Kreen, and she kind of
Hello.
like flexing her talons in her like little nest, and you hear like the squish 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 sound of like her like tearing the nest that she's at.
Just
Whatever.
making sure you're okay.
Can I stealthily have left the room and with Mage Hand, can I pluck a griffin feather?
Oh no. You're gonna get Kreen killed. And then you're gonna have to undo how much
I'm
canon?
I
I'm
have to
gonna-
delete all the episodes
I
since
will
Creed
have
died.
to ask, Dan, are you going to pluck a griffin feather off of Morwen, or are you going to take one that is strewn about the room from where she's been laying?
Is there a nice one from strewn about the room, or
Roll
is
me another D100.
okay?
Not certainly very her favorite bird snack.
63.
There's a few like medium-sized ones, but if you want one of like the really big ones, the one of the big primary feathers, you're gonna have to pluck it.
Okay, plucking happening with
Okay.
with the Mage Hand, invisible, etc., etc.
Okay. Roll me a dex plus your proficiency bonus.
For the sleight of hand, or no?
I would say you're not really being sleight of hand because she's gonna notice that you're plucking a primary feather out of her wing.
To use the Mage Hand Ledger Domain, you can do this. You can use it as a bonus action, and it's stealthily because it's invisible, and it's contested
gonna.
sleight of hand versus perception.
But she will feel it.
Oh yeah, she will notice, but I'm not the target, so I don't
Oh,
mind. I'm gonna get the thing, aren't I? So,
I'll fucking kill you.
Dex proficiency bonus. That is 17.
Okay, so you get your feather, and the griffin kind of like springs up like a cat and yowls, and she spins around towards Runt. Sorry for you're in the corner.
I'm already gone. I'm already gone.
His magic stick up, and he's like, "Oh no!" But he's not like using it to swing. He's like using it like a shield, even though it's a stick.
Yeah, and like the griffin is like now like yelling at a cat and is kind of like clacking her beak at you. She's gonna swipe at you unless Kreen does something. She's gonna be slashing at you.
Kreen will step in and put his hands up. No. His friend.
Okay, roll an animal handling check.
Oh my god. Oh god.
I will say you have
Blackstone, right?
advantage because you have advantage on this because Morwen knows who you are, and you guys have trained a little bit together. It has not gone well.
That's a kraken.
Okay. So yeah, Kreen jumps in front of you, Runt, and like holds out his little blue hands, and is just like, no, special friend, and Morwen kind of like screeches, and it's like the cartoon like thing where she like her front claws stop first, but then like the back end kind of like catches up with her, and she tumbles ass over tea kettle. And like lands and like this like splayed like wings everywhere because she's still like real gangly because she's a little baby griffin, and she kind of like rolls up to a stop and like looks up at you like you hurt her, like you made her fall, and he's just kind of like,
poor little special friend. Oh, the Runt doesn't want to die, so run through the door.
and so like Morwen kind of like sits up and looks at you, Kreen, with like these big gold like griffin eyes, and it's like the whole
Have you ever seen the film Shrek 2?
Yes, yes, she's definitely got the Puss in Boots beam going, and she like holds up her wing, and you can kind of see where like her primary feathers like spread out like fingers, and there's like one missing, and she looks at you all like,
What happened?
and she just kind of like chuffs and twitters at you, and like you can kind of see her like holding the wing up to your snout.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Can I sleight of hand the feather into the fancy hat that Greg is wearing?
Ho, ho, ho.
Roll a sleight of hand. I mean, it's gonna happen. I just want to see if anyone notices you doing it.
I'm afraid that's a 19 on the dice, so it's a 29.
Yeah, so somehow Greg now has a fancy feather in his hat. No one, it happened so quickly and so quietly that you or like you look at it and you're like,
I always
it
have
always,
this feather.
yeah, oh, that's cool. It looks just like that bird or that griffin's.
He's copying me.
Oh, and I will say, because I just forgot, I'm starting the timer.
Okay, I'm already on my way down because
Yeah.
bad noise, but
Mm-hmm.
the
Runs
others
is
are
running.
doing whatever.
Right, so
I saw us with it.
Morwen kind of like brings it in with your Kreen and kind of like tucks like her little head underneath your chin and is just kind of like purring.
It's okay. It's okay.
And she kind of does like these little like griffin like baby eagle noises that they're half cat, half eagle. It's real weird. And the purring is also weird because you know it's like half like bird chuffing and half like cat purr.
Sleep.
Okay, you're trying to get more into sleep.
Yes.
Are you doing anything special, or are you just telling
I
her to
mean,
sleep?
like maybe like rock her a little bit.
She's
Turned the crowd
definitely
to keep very quickly.
she's definitely placated, and you don't think she's going to attack your new special friend anymore. And you feel as though you guys have bonded a little bit better too.
All right.
But you are free to leave if you
Yes.
Morin is following. But in like the like cute like little like every time you like look back at her, she like sits down in her haunches. And then as soon as you start walking again, she's following you again.
Okay,
Love
she's
cats
gonna
too.
follow me. I mean, she can follow me.
Yeah, I mean totally. It's not like she didn't do this all the time in season 2. But yes, so you guys are heading back down. Jux is where?
Jux was heading, like, he heard the bad stone, so he's already, however far you think he could have navigated in that period of time, he would
Okay.
be heading down.
I think you're probably like right around like the foyer area.
Okay.
And are you guys all heading down to the basement as well?
As soon as Red catches
Yes.
up with Jux, he like grabs onto the back of his arm and just kind of sticks with him.
Oh.
And so yeah, you guys like head down little kobold feet like tittering across like the stone floor and back down into the basement with like, you know, the occasional yawning baby griffin behind you. And like you guys make it back to like the room with the stone portal. And whenever you walk into the room, Jux, you kind of see it like flickering, like the like lightning is kind of like shooting across from one side of the stone archways to like the other, and like you like kind of see like they're like trying to like the light is trying to meet, but it's not quite getting there. And then it like flickers and fades, and then like a few minutes or a few moments later, it kind of like flickers again. It kind of like looks like it's trying to like power on. It's like brown outing this magical field.
Okay.
So it definitely looks like something's trying to reactivate the portal from the other side.
Andrew, did you say Greg was coming down with me?
Yes. I'd try to
Yeah.
take the lead too if I could.
Sure.
Right.
I think they're trying to get through, Greg. I think we should set up some sort of trap.
Oh, traps are always good.
Why don't we try get some of this wood and make it spiky and put it in front of the portal so when they come through they get, speared.
I like it. Do we have any loose bits of metal?
And he
Jack
kind of
picks-
looks along.
He picks up that same 2x4 that he picked up earlier, and this time the second board falls off and reveals a spiky nail on the other end.
Have this.
We should get more of these nails and set them up in front of the portal.
All right, someone roll me an intelligence checks.
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit.
Oh shit.
I have +2. I actually have 14 in, so I am no stupid. I got 17.
Okay, Jux, I was going to say Jux remembers, but I wanted to actually, yeah. Jux, you remember all alongside all of those open crates in the basement where someone had opened the crates neatly. On the floor next to each of the crate is a pile of nails that someone had meticulously pulled out of each of the crates and set them on the floor next to the crate.
Go, Runt! Go get nails!
Hey, we haven't seen any candles around here, have we?
There are so many. There's actually some packed in the crates, and you up in not in the areas that were under construction, but there's sconces and hidden lanterns and all kinds of things up in that foyer where people had set up their bedrolls.
I'd like to get as many of those as possible and melt them around the entrance.
That melt
Runs off
candle
to
wax.
collect small spikies.
Yeah, a whole bunch of candle wax right when they step out.
Ooh, okay. I like it. I like it. Roll me
14 on the dice.
yes. Okay, that's good. So yeah, 14, you can get as many candles as you want with 14. And if Runt comes back with those nails, you pour the wax onto the floor in front of the portal, and then he's kind of throws out the nails, and there's a few of them kind of stick up in the wax, and a light bulb goes out for all of you, and so you all kind of scrounge around and kind of stick up the nails up in the candle wax as it hardens. So there's this spike growth in front of the portal.
Slippery spike growth.
Yes. All right.
Can't destroy portal?
So,
Can't destroy portal. Portal
No.
too big.
Yeah, it might. There's no switch on this side to break the way Jux broke, and so whatever's controlling the portals on the other side, and short of tearing the portal down, you don't think that you could break it, and it is very sturdy. It looks like dwarves built it, so you don't think you can't break dwarven things.
Belinus couldn't
Does
blast
you-
it with a radiant sunbolt and knock it down. Too tough.
Does anyone speak dwarvish?
yes.
I believe Kreen does.
Yes. Well, Kreen will recognize it as the Mikal the Mikal dwarven runes, which it's a ancient mountain dwarves that were known for their architecture and magical abilities. They built stones and portals like this, so that they're all over the Underdark and other places where they were meant for traveling from one place to another very, very quickly. And so you can kind of it. Basically, it's a large Stargate, but made of stone and doesn't travel through space.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Doodly.
Greg, could you work on some of those the wooden spikes for when they come out? And Kreen, could you get bottles? Lots of bottles? Empty bottles or full bottles that we can empty?
Yes.
You can get bottles.
Mhm.
For empty bottles, you'd have to either find some of Remy's stash or sneak into the Blissful Mistress and get some things from Helgen's kitchen.
Or you point me to bottles. I can get bottles if you show
Kreen
me bottles.
also knows
Recipe
that
cooking,
in
Kreen?
Helgen's kitchen right now is lots and lots of cooking oil because she was going to, whenever everyone came back, she was going to deep fry a large turkey bird for ice cream dinner. And so there's lots and lots of vegetable oil
With the,
in Helgen's kitchen.
there's in the kitchen with the Conkers.
Not Conkers yet.
The Conkers
The Conkers are in pre-Conker mode.
supplies.
Mhm.
He doesn't know the difference.
He doesn't.
He doesn't know the difference. He wouldn't know the difference. Conkers is just that whole thing. Sometimes they come together, and sometimes it's just little bags of stuff.
Sometimes it tastes real like white. The white stuff by itself is real nasty. He knows that much. It sticks to his tongue and makes him real thirsty.
Kreen with his little flower breath attack.
Yeah, he just opens his mouth and it goes.
Yeah.
You're describing it as the white stuff is really nasty and makes you want to drink. It makes you thirsty.
I'm sorry.
I was concerned for a minute. I'm like, what are they making these conkers out of?
Flour because
We're
Yeah.
adults.
We're adults, yeah. I've seen the Blissful Mistress then. Or had
Yes.
it pointed out to me. Okay. I will get bottles. I will get things. Is there also a string?
Yeah, there
Oh.
would be in the kitchen. There would be butcher string, plenty of butcher string. You might find some string in the basement. You can find maybe in the library for parcels. I think you saw some letters that were tied up in string in the library, which Kreen does not seem to want anyone to go into the library.
I am going to attempt to get empty spare bottles and string then.
Okay, well, Jux is doing that. What is everyone else doing?
I'm just going to be right back.
Okay.
Honestly, I was going to wait for Jack to tell me to do something.
Mhm.
Run is not good at thinking in general, especially under pressure.
As you've got like one trap laid out, and you've got he said he asked you to start working on
Do we have
spikes for the wooden spikes for stuff. I don't know what he was doing them for, but he wanted you to make wooden spiky things. So Liam, if you want to roll me a d20 and add your proficiency modifier.
Oh, for fuck's sake, 5.
Yeah, you're having a hard time getting like the wooden bits into sharp little splinters because like every time you try,
I wasn't headbutting it.
no, it's more like the warm stone that you ate is making your hands kind of burny, and so every time you try to like sharpen the little stakes, you're kind of like burning them to charcoal, and they're kind of crumbling in your hand.
Baroness.
You're not having like a good time with these wooden stakes. What about Greg and Kreen?
Is there sizable there's sizable pieces of lumber? I know he's trying to make some into spikes. How many of just like maybe like the size of 2x4s could I break apart?
There are plenty of crates in the room, in the big basement room. There's like the crates that have been busted open haphazardly has like some kind of like splintered on one end 2x4s that are kind of like strewn about from like where someone just kind of like busted the top of the crate, like all just grr, and then like pulled up like the 2x4s, like sealing the crate shut. So like they're 2x3 and 3/8.
could I go get some 2x4s, bring
Mhm.
them back to the waxy area, and if the wax is still malleable, if it's not, warm it up a little bit, but make those little tiny X's that you saw in those like war movies in the sand to make it harder for them to cross. Not necessarily like stabby pieces of wood, but just
Turn it into
bar-
difficult terrain.
yeah, just barricading it.
Okay.
Runt's hands are hot, so if Runt puts hands on wax, if wax is still hard, Runt makes wax not
Mhm.
hard anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is not a problem. Roll me a d20 and add your proficiency modifier.
17.
Okay, so you do it. It is now slippery, difficult, and spiky terrain in front of the portal right now.
Do we have any nets?
Roll a d100.
43.
43. In one of the crates that you like went to get some of these 2x4s, you definitely saw some like bundled up nets that didn't look like they were too tangled. Yeah, hope. It might take
Okay.
time to untangle them though.
I'll go get them and start untangling them.
Okay.
See how many I get.
All right. What is Kreen doing?
So they're all making traps.
Yes, they are all like very you haven't like really seen like kobolds do this kind of stuff, but you haven't like seen it in like a real long time because you're the last of your little tribe that lived.
No, I got kicked out.
You got kicked out and then you killed the rest of them. So
Wait,
uh
what?
yeah, episode 1, man, you killed all those kobolds, dude.
Ah!
Kreen's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a murderer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so got kicked out of your tribe, and then whenever they tried to fuck with you, you killed him real good. You looked like a
I
red
remember.
kobold for a little bit, but you were blue.
I remember that.
Yeah, you might not want to tell your special friend that you killed
No,
kobolds.
no.
They might
Nope.
think that's a
To be
little
fair, some kobolds are bastards. The
yeah.
pick them makes them small.
Mm.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what happened to Kreen. Kreen is also a little bit smaller than, say, Jux and
Yeah.
Greg, but he's not as small as you, Runt.
Runt
But
is
he's
exceedingly. Runt is absurdly small.
Kreen is a couple of inches taller than you, but he is, kind of armored a little bit, and he has this glowing, this like holy symbol around his neck that is a sunrise coming up over a hill. It's the sign of Lathander.
Big
Not
man.
that we probably know what Lathander is. But
Nope.
Maybe not. You've maybe seen like some humans and elves with this kind of holy symbol before. They kind of did like big fleshy, like holy magics.
And then we
I
killed
know
and ate
one
them.
god of the sun that's the one
Yes.
that's in my head.
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of sun worshippers in the Underdark because it's the Underdark. Yeah. So Kreen, sorry, we went through all that. What are you doing? They're all making traps. You haven't seen that in a while. You have like a little nostalgia.
I'm not really. I mean, I could make some traps. Maybe try my hand at some spike making.
You could. Is there anything within the keep that you feel might be useful
Hint, 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 hint,
to
hint.
to use
Do I
together?
know if the make the golems do things stick is anywhere nearby?
It is in the bedroom across from the library where Wodek is,
Ooh.
or at least where you think Wodek is. That's where
And I
you
probably
last
should
saw.
tell Wodek that we're getting attacked.
Maybe, if that is what you would like to do.
Yes, I'm gonna go look for make the golems do things stick.
Okay, so
Magic
we'll.
stick?
Yeah, it's another magic stick, but not you don't know that yet. So Jux, you go down or go back up and you cross the little courtyard to the Blissful Mistress. How are you getting in? Are you going to go in through the front door, the back door, through a window? There's there is one window that kind of like you see like the faint little glimmer of light, and you kind of like do that thing where you kind of jump to like look
Mhm.
into the window because you're real short, so you have to like jump to actually get up in there. It looks like a bedroom, and you kind of see like the dying embers of in the fireplace in there, but
Chunks
it
isn't
doesn't look like
short. He's 2.5 feet. That's big for a kobold. How dare
yeah,
you?
but you know you have to still it's it's at eye level for you, so you're gonna have to jump to like look up into the room.
Sure. Um,
But that's definitely a bedroom. You've seen enough of those.
he will try the door stealthily. This
Front
is
door,
all
back door.
stealthily. The front door, presumably that's away from the light.
Yes, it is unlocked, and you are able to enter easily. And the blissful mistress, uh, you walk in, and there's like a series of tables and a large bar. There is another fireplace that is currently unlit, and above it there is a large spear that is maybe 3 times your length or height. And there's a hanging over the fireplace. It's kind of rusted. It has lightning symbols in it, and along like one edge of like the blade, because it's more of a halberd than a spear. And then you also see the entrance pat behind the bar to the kitchen. There is a the back side of the bar is well supplied with bottles and liquors of all kinds, and the kitchen you have to go into the kitchen to see what's in the kitchen.
So I imagine he like mage hands the door so he doesn't have to jump up to it, and it swings open, and he sort of just he like checks for a moment. There's nothing going on, and he like strolls in like he owns the place.
Mhm.
And then as he's strolling, like his eyes are looking around, and then he catches sight of that spear in his head. And his head just like tilts further and further towards the spear.
Mhm.
And he kind of like diverts from the kitchen towards the spear.
I am kind of picturing Happy from Happy, right? You know,
Mhm.
it's all like do 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 do, like you know, with like the arms pumping, and
Mhm.
just like body heading towards the kitchen, but the head is looking towards the spear, and then slowly the body turns to like go
Yes.
with it, and like this large swerve. And so yeah, you like cross over towards the spear. The spear is closer to the bedroom. There's
Okay.
like a closed bedroom door. Like you know, there's like the fireplace in the center, and then like to the right is uh the bedroom door, or at least where you think the bedroom door would be.
So he will look up to the spear, and he will like raise his own hand, and it will be like tensing with the effort, and then the mage hand is going to be lifting the spear off its moorings,
Roll
whatever.
me a D100.
Oh God. I kid you not, that is a 6.
It is not locked into place because Micah recently used this in defending the keep from the hobgoblins. Not that you know this, but
Mhm.
Kreen will remember that Micah had taken down the spear and used it, and it shot lightning out from it. So, like you lift it with your mage hand, and it like comes up like a dream and like
Oh.
floats forward a few inches and comes down in front of your face. It is really long. Like it
Mhm.
is, you are 2.5 feet tall. It is about 6 feet long. So like it will take
Yeah.
2 hands to use, and it won't be good for stabbing with. Like you won't be proficient in it because it's way too big for little kobold hands.
He understands that Greg is strong and probably has the best chance of it, so he's going to put it by the front door,
Mhm.
just on the outside, maybe in the snow, and then I will head into the kitchen looking for empty bottles and twine.
Yes, this is a tavern. There are plenty of empty bottles where the kind of there's a excuse me a still set aside in one corner where the owners of the bar or this tavern are clearly like brewing up like their own ale and mead. And
Mhm.
so there's like piles of like brown bottles and a few like mason jars, more mason jars of what you found in Jade. The more mason jars of the same kind of hooch that you found in the foyer is kind of set off to one
Okay.
side of these.
He is going to systematically trying to remove. Basically, the trap he wants to do is that he wants to string bottles across the ceiling and
Mhm.
with the twine and with some of it like dipping inside of it. And he's going to make like series of patches of like Molotov cocktails suspended, and then he'll get Runt to like shoot them with a fireball or something, and they'll burn, explode, like collapse on top of people, and he's going to fill them full of the hooch. And then I also want to do some of the pipe weed suspended in various places to make like smoke bombs, possibly with a drug effect. So he's going to pick up as many bottles and twine and such as he can to form this
All right,
web
and
stuff.
yeah, in one of the pantries you find like a couple of like little like fist-sized skeins of butcher twine. Because again, this is the tavern, so of course it's going to have stuff to tie down drumsticks and pork ribs and all that other
Mm-hmm.
fun things. And so, give me 3 stealth checks
Okay.
to get the bottles, to get the twine, and to get bottles with liquor.
Okay. The first one is a natural 20, so that is a 30.
Mm-hmm.
For stealth, not sleight of hand, they're the same.
Oh yeah, stealth.
The second one is a 20 after the mod.
Mm-hmm.
The
As long as
third one, sorry?
As long as you don't roll a 1, you're fine.
Oh, okay. The third one is like a 27.
Apparently, Micah and Helga dipped into their stock or Remy's stock of hooch because their perception checks were horrible, even when. So you gather up all of those things and to set up the trap. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because you're needing to get up onto the ceiling to do these things.
I have a 30-foot range on the mage hand. I can just
You sure do. So just give me 1 d20 roll with
Okay.
your proficiency bonus.
18 plus 3 for 21.
Okay.
So he's like plugging them in with like some of the leftover tacks or something like that, or I'll open them round joists. I'm not sure how the ceiling is.
So give me another d100 roll.
42. The meaning of life.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d4 to see how many. Okay, that is a good roll. I might regret that, but you have 3 fireballs effectively tied
Oh,
up to the
shit.
ceiling that you can drop at will.
There is definitely like a dirty chuckle from Jokes. Like, he is going to tell Runt, and he's going to stress, "Do not do this now." Like, do not do this now.
Don't do what now?
You see the bottles hanging from the ceiling? And he sees like a hand going up, and he like grabs onto it, like a Runt's. Like, when the bad things come, you shoot one of them, and your flame is much bigger flame.
Okay. And
Yeah.
do that when bad things come.
Yeah. You wait for bad things to be underneath it, and then you shoot it, and then it go boom.
Let's do that.
All right. So
Are there slippies for stairs?
um
Make bad things go slip.
we will get to that. We're gonna do Kreen's little bit first.
Okay, great voice in sky.
Okay, so Kreen, you go back upstairs. You go around to the front to the foyer. Pass it.
Oh,
around.
sorry. Can I also give the lightning spear over to Greg?
Yes, Greg.
I found this for you.
Oh,
big for
thank
me.
you.
You are not proficient in this. It is a spear, though, but you're not proficient. What is Greg's strength? With the minus to being a kobold, what is his strength?
Oh, 16.
Oh, that's not bad for
No.
a widow kobold. So, it's a spear, and you think that if you spend, but it feels like real. It's buzzy in your hand, like whenever Jux hands it to you, you kind of feel like your scales kind of tingle a little bit where they're holding the spear. And when you sit and you think at it real hard, the little lightning bolt at like the tip of the spear that's kind of like around like the where like the spear tip is, there's a little lightning bolt emblazoned in it. It kind of like flashes and you see like a little as it kind of does like a little, it expels a little bit of lightning. And so you feel like if you think real hard on this for a little bit and become friendly with this spear, you might be able to do something with it, but you're not sure if you'll be able to use it as in battle.
Okay.
Don't become too friendly with spear.
Yeah. If you I will say if you like figure out a way to help you wield this a little bit better, because it is twice as long as you, you might have a better time aiming said lightning when you think real hard. So if you can think about that kind of stuff. So we're going to go back to Kreen. And Kreen, you go upstairs and you go across to the door where Wodek kind of barricaded himself in. And what do you do? Jade?
Knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. There's no answer.
Knock louder.
You're downstairs.
This really important. Try the door handle.
It is locked. Maybe like your little stubby clawed fingers kind of like jiggle the handle, and it's locked, and there's no response on the other side.
Bang, 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 bang.
There's no response.
Did it work? Sorry.
Go back downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dejected and can't get in room. Door locked.
Blow up door.
Jux says quieter way. Doors do not stand in front of the mighty Jux.
The mighty Jux.
Jux.
Special friend Jux.
So you guys go back up to let Jux have a go at the door?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, Wodux is completely trustworthy. I don't know why he's locked himself in this room.
uh-huh.
Sure.
Sure.
I try door.
You
Is
try
door
it.
locked?
The door is locked.
You think
So-
I lie?
I try unlock door.
What does Jux roll?
Jux rolls at 14 plus 10 for 24.
Are you sure this door was locked as the door swings open?
Yeah. See?
And
No door stands in front of the mighty Jux.
And in this room, there is a small bed off to in one corner, and a desk on one side, and like a little end table and chair with a tea set up with like this big curvy jug that you know that Byron likes to drink his tea from, even though it's not a teapot, which is really weird that he gets his tea out of there. But it's like set up on like one corner, and there's like lots of papers strewn across the desk. There is no sign of Wodek.
I look for the magic stick that makes the golems go.
While you're doing that, Jux is just bouncing on the bed like me, 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 me.
Kreen, roll me an intelligence or wisdom check. I'll let you choose.
Do you want me to help?
You can't help.
Okay.
Just straight wisdom?
Or intelligence.
No. Wisdom 11.
Okay. There's something missing from this room. Besides Wodek, there's something missing from this room. There is on like the edge of this desk, there is like a little wooden mannequin head that Byron puts his funny hat on, and it's not there.
Oh.
I don't even know what to make of that.
I think she's talking about some sort of mannequin that Byron puts his helm of teleportation on.
Oh no. Wait, did we didn't get that yet?
No, you got that already. Yes, you had it. Byron wasn't using it because he was, recovering from the trauma of the rapier.
Okay.
The rapier and that helmet at the exact same time. But this is why maybe. I mean, you don't know that the helm.
I really don't know what it does.
You don't know that the funny helmet makes you go places, but for the viewer at home, there was a helm of teleportation on this desk, and the Castilian who was supposed to be here, that Kreen thought was here, is not here, and the helm is gone. But anyways, you start looking for the magic stick that makes the dwarves go. Give me an investigation check. Jux, you can help. Or Jux doesn't know what he's looking for, but he can help you look.
Jux is really good at finding things.
Yeah, but you don't know
Can
what
I describe it to him?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's just like a silver control rod, right?
Kreen doesn't sound like that.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. It's silver. It's about yay big.
Are we both making the roll, or is it me with advantage?
You can do it with advantage.
Because
Okay.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. Jux's best effort is a 16.
There's
He has a +4 to investigation. Like, it's almost as good as it could be. Oh shit! Actually, we're +3. Sorry, that should be a +5. What am I doing? 17. Sorry, that should be +5.
okay. So in one of the there's a drawer in this desk that is kind of stuck, like it's locked. And like you've like looked everywhere else, you kind of like turned up the bed. There's an empty sword case under the bed, which is a weird place to have a sword. But you like tear up the mattress and you can't really find anything there. There's lots of like scrawlings and books and letters and stuff, and like you're like throwing things about, like looking for things, and like Kreen is like cleaning up the stuff after you because he knows that Byron will know that someone is in his room.
Oh,
If things are out of place.
Sure.
So Kreen is like desperately trying to like get the stacks exactly how they were behind you, but there's a locked door and a drawer on this desk.
no draw stands before the mighty Jux. I will roll a 15 + 10 for 25.
Yeah.
He like gets his claws in there and it just pops open.
Yeah. And in this drawer, you like open it up real quick, and this like silver rod like rolls across some papers, and What else do you think Byron would have in a locked drawer, Byron? Dan? Yep, Byron. What? Hey, Byron, what would you have in a drawer, Byron?
Oh damn! This is the Wodex side office thing.
That Byron co-opted as soon as you guys moved in. Kicked him
Very
out of
true.
his own bedroom.
I mean, I was trying to think back to what we had back then, beyond like a bag of holding and some potions or something. I
I
don't
can
know.
roll something. Let's see.
Something useful, maybe?
We'll see what Don has to say about that.
I mean, there's definitely a chaos killing sword in there.
Sure. A sword of feast and famine.
A sword of feast and famine to give to the barbarian.
All right. So there is the silver control rod that has like this sapphire blue tip in the drawer, and you're an adult, Jade. There is also a small figurine.
Ooh.
Let me
Ooh.
see.
Also, I just really comically have the idea that Jux like slides the door open and Minerva is just lying in the drawer and just goes, "Woohoo!" Like, oh, God.
He knows everything, fraud. He sees us. Go, go, go.
Roll me a d6, Jade.
3. No, oh no.
There is a little marble figurine about 4 inches high and in the shape of an elephant sitting on its haunches with one little foot raised.
Oh
Kinda
no.
like a happy Buddha, but it's an elephant.
I have found a magic stick. I've also found a small statue of plump beast of some kind. Do you want plump snack beast creature? He shoves both of them towards Kreen.
Yes.
Good. Also, sword case. Strange place to keep sword case.
It doesn't seem like something I need to worry about right now.
Let's see. Oh,
I'm sure it'll come up later.
I actually did that wrong. Do you want an elephant or do you want a lion?
Lion.
I read it wrong.
Lion.
I like the comedy of an elephant. 'cause
Find
you
an
could-
elephant.
could
Where
wrap-
are my elephants? Oh, fucking Cersei Lannister on his bitches.
Right. Okay. So you have your rod and you have your elephant figurine.
Yeah. That I'm gonna miraculously lose soon. Traded it for a horn of blasting.
Maybe. You get the horn of blasting and the
You have an elephant. You can ram it into the Birdstone portal and just block the way.
Yes. No one's gonna notice this.
No, there's just the back end of an elephant sticking out the next time everyone comes down and they don't notice.
All right.
I mean, it just becomes prison cells.
Any other preparations you would like to make? Oh yeah.
Can I control?
Yeah, you go back down to the basement. You've got the rod in your hand, and you look at the dwarves, and nothing happens.
Shit. Got to impress friends. Stand there and guard.
The dwarven statues stand in guard.
Success! No statue can stand before me.
Oh, I'd love it if Kreen picked up Juxisms.
Right. Andrew, you were untangling nets. Roll
Yes.
me a D100.
All right. Let's see here. Oh. 90.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You get, well, not bad. 4 nets, about
Oh.
twice your size. It basically the D100 was to see what size die I rolled for you. It was a D4, D6, D8, D10. So you got a 4 and a D4, so not too bad.
That's not bad.
Uh-uh. So you have 4 nets. They are about 3 times as the size of you. What are you going to do with them? Hello?
Oh, I was muted. I'm going to bring them to the attention of the group and get their ideas on where I should place them.
Okay.
How do you
Like,
feel
we
like
have-
we have... Sorry, you go.
Like, could we, like, maybe, I don't know if we should, like, set them up on the ceilings or maybe, like, in front of doors. 2 ways we could really use the nets.
Front of door, in front of stairs.
I
Slow
would
down
agree.
people.
We have a
Maybe-
lot by the portal. We need second level of traps.
Yes.
If no
yes.
get
Do them by
past,
door.
if no get past stairs, then great.
Then great.
Oh, I need someone to roll me a D10.
Runt will do it.
No,
Runt will do it.
two D10s. Add them together.
Runt will do it if he grabs the correct fucking dice. 3. I rolled a 1 and a 2, which makes 3.
Oh,
I
okay,
can do it.
okay.
Even the Runt can't.
There is about, I'm going to say, 20 feet of the slippery, spiky terrain. What that is essentially going to do is going to give you spike growth for those 20 feet in front of the portal. So first, people who are walking across are going to take the effects of spike growth as they go through that portal, or as they go through that 20 feet.
And then we also have the wooden spiky things, making it difficult. And we
Yes.
have the tax, and we have the fireball drops. And did that
next
just use the hooch? That didn't use the pipeweed.
I have fireball up there and smoke ball, which whenever
There
that
is a smoke
drops,
ball.
yeah, I have it written down.
Cool.
So that will be basically that will obscure the area in there and might have an effect with the pipeweed.
Okay, cool. And now we're gonna have nets on the stairs.
Mm-hmm. That's on stairs. Do you want to do anything else or look through any more of the crates or?
Totally.
So I have proficiency with Mason's tools. Here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I can chip at the stairs to make them awkward to stand on. So like when they step on it, it like collapses behind them. Can Runt.
Can Runt make the stairs fall?
Basically. When stepped on, make danger stare.
Make a danger stare.
So if things step on, thing fall, thing may go back through Badstone. Or at least get hit by the
There aren't any stairs up around the portal. It's basically like the portal and then straight into this room, which doesn't really have much other than like the traps in it that you've done. There's a few like crates and stuff, but you've pretty much broken them all down to create the difficult terrain 2x4s that Greg helped you with.
Definitely would like to. Sorry, you go.
In which case, we'll make first things that come fall back into next things that come.
I will say that you can't like, I feel like the amount of time it would take for you to disintegrate a to where it would like fall, like or make it like dangerous for someone to stand on, would probably take up the rest of your time. And so I will say that it might be better if you just kind of crack one, maybe. Like I think like with like a
Yeah.
really good thing, you can like crack it and like make like one spiky stair. Like someone's gonna step down on it, and like you can get it like where it kind of like curves up around the thing so that it spirals a bit, and so like you'll crack that one so they won't see it when they're walking up, but whenever they make that turn to go upstairs, they might step down on it.
Makes sense to run.
Okay. Anyone else?
We have nets. I might use the hair tonic on the stairs, but like closer to the time to make it slippery.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should set up like a series of boxes in the upper room with the dwarves, like as like defensive barricade type things. Considering we are not that high, like we should be able to like run between them and around them and like use them as cover.
You could do that in like the long open room, because there's like the stairs, because it's like I think it was what, like 150 feet, I think, of basement underneath the keep.
Okay.
I think it was something ridiculously large for a basement, because it was like warehouse big. And so like you have like, and like the room with the portal was on the very farthest end of it. And so like you could push together barricades to give yourself places to hide and cover like throughout like this big basement area.
Sure.
If you want. It might be a little bit more difficult to get some of this stuff, because like basically the basement goes up and it goes outside into the courtyard. And once you get out into the courtyard, you might have a little bit of a harder time controlling the playing field, so to speak, because it's open space.
Yeah.
And you might wake Helgen and Micah.
But
Helga.
we can set up
Helga and Micah. Yes.
But we can set up some sort of cover for us to be in. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he would only know her as Helgen.
True. But yeah, sky's the limit. Kreen knows that the big, tall human with the arrows likes to go hunting a lot. He might have some of his hunting supplies around somewhere.
Okay. Go shake down his ardent.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right. Bedroll. Or like some like little like tripwires or traps or anything like that he might have.
Yeah, sure. You go and you shake out his bedroll, and a little tiny like automaton spider kind of like skitters out and like crawls away from you.
Smash, smash, smash.
But yeah, you find some of his like little steel tripwires and stuff.
Bear traps.
His bear traps aren't going to be in his bedroll. But
Well,
now
I can look through his like.
now that you think about it, you think he had some bear traps that he had over near the locks where Amon and Willow and Bazrag sleep.
Her. Yeah, like because
none of them.
Wasn't there was another trapper, right? Didn't like Amon go out and do shit like that?
Yeah, but he's been gone for a while now. He didn't take most of his stuff. He didn't really have a whole lot of stuff for a hunter.
He's probably lying about being a hunter.
Probably, because he doesn't have a bow like Arden. Arden goes hunting all the time, and Amon doesn't have a bow, and Arden has all those bear traps, and Amon doesn't have any bear traps.
I'm gonna go look
rabbit snares or anything.
I'm gonna go look in the locks for bear traps.
Yeah, you find Arden's ample supply because it seems that this human really does like to stock up on things because there's like all of these bear traps and harnesses for animals that haven't been delivered yet. And
Are there orphans? How many orphans are there?
there aren't orphans yet, but
Okay.
there is plenty of chicken wire for chickens that aren't there yet, and plenty of bear traps and drying racks and all kinds of like and carpenter tools. So many carpenter tools, but a lot of those are in the library.
I mean, it's been a while since I've done any trapping, but you can use chicken wire for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna like start like dragging that shit down
Okay, and where you
very
gonna
carefully.
set it up? Like you got chicken wires and you got like a few rabbit snares. It won't do much for like a full size person. The rabbit snares, the bear traps might be a little too. There's only like 2 of them, and they might be too heavy for you to move.
Are you saying I'm not strong?
I'm saying that you're like 2 feet tall, 2.5 feet tall, and very, very tiny.
Runt will help.
Yeah, so if you guys all get up there, you can manage to pull down a few bear traps. Where are you gonna set them up, and are you gonna disguise them or hide them in any way?
I mean, like random bushes in the middle of the dungeon or in the middle of the basement. Be like,
That's how the Doe family used to do it.
Well, maybe not. Bushes might not be the wisest idea, but there are plenty of things that you could probably drape over them if you're real careful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, you could be like, this is broken down and stuff comes through the crack and grow through the cracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So technically, there could be some shrubbery.
Technically, yes, there could. There's not right now. It might just be easier just to use some of like the straw that was packing some of the crates to cover them up.
Some of the hay and what have you up in what's his face?
I wanted Kreen to arts and crafts some fake bushes, but we're just gonna get some
You're
straw.
also running out of time.
Okay, fine. Straw.
Okay, so you set up. Okay,
bear traps with straw.
Roll me 2D or 2d20s. Add your proficiency modifier.
Oh no, I've been betrayed.
How badly were you betrayed?
13 and a 6.
Okay, and that's with your proficiency?
No, that's not with proficiency to each.
Yes.
So 16 and a 9.
Okay, so you get like the first bear trap set and you cover it up with hay, and you start getting like the second one pulled apart, and you get all like cocky because like you're like ha ha ha, I'm doing me a trap, and you get overconfident, and your little kobold arms kind of like shake, and you lose your grip on the bear trap, and you're gonna take well.
I mean, he is dexy as fuck, dude.
You were also like prying it apart and holding it.
He's dexy as fuck, dude. He's got the grip.
You failed the DC of setting the trap, so it's gonna snap back on you.
I don't get like a dex save or anything for like get my hand out of there a little bit.
Okay, fine. You can do a dex to try and take half of 7.
That is going to be a 21.
Okay, you take 3 points of damage as one of the teeth on the bear claw kind of like scrapes across like the back of your hand as you were snatching it out of there.
I told you he's dexy as fuck.
Okay. Do you want to try setting it again?
Yes.
Okay, does anyone want to help Kreen, or is Kreen
I'll help.
to do it on his own?
I'll help.
Give me advantage.
Yes.
Oh no, I've been betrayed again.
Oh no. What did you
13.
Is that with your proficiency?
Yeah.
So snaps back again, but it's not quite as bad as the last time. You kind of you recognize that it was gonna go, and this time you went all like, nope, Kreen, nope, and you get your hands out of the way beforehand, but the mechanism breaks on this bear trap, and kind of like the spring coil that keeps the trap that keeps it depressed or whatever snaps, and like you're not going to be able to set this one.
Kreen starts cursing in a language you guys have never heard and throws the trap the best he can.
What language is that? Is it Celestial?
No.
Okay, good.
Kreen starts cursing chaos.
Roll me a d20.
7.
Okay, you're fine. You don't take an additional point of chaos.
He doesn't have chaos in it right now.
You don't get an additional point of chaos. Okay, so you have some nets on the stairs. You have one spiky stair. You have one bear trap in this big open area. Greg, are you doing anything with your spear? Are you just gonna set it up somewhere, or are you gonna try and make something with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it and try to stab.
Okay. And so like while you guys are all like talking and working on things, like the humming from like the portal is getting a little bit louder, and the flashes where it's like trying to coalesce and make itself whole again are coming more and more frequent. So you feel like you're running out of time. So everyone is going to get one more thing that they can do. It has to be quick.
So I have a hunting trap from when back in the day when Runt was an Outlander. How long would that take? Too long to set up?
No, it won't take very long at all. Where are you wanting it?
Smack dab in the middle of the room, because why not?
Near the portal or in like the basement area?
Oh no, like up in like where all the fire doodads are.
Okay. Cool.
So that if they get past all of that, there's one more thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it will it be a bear trap, or would it be like that thing where you hook it up and the hoop, and when they step in the hoop, it like tightens up and then they're hung upside down?
I don't know. You tell me. What kind of trap is it?
Let's do that. It's the one that's hanging upside down, because that'll be great. When some dude gets caught in it, swings upside down, and then I just shoot him in the face with a sunbolt.
All right. Greg, you got anything?
Like more traps?
Yeah. Out of what?
No. Candles, nails, nets. I think I'm good. Home Alone did enough.
Home Alone did enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Kreen, Jax?
Can we go wrangle a slime and just, prod it into the basement and put it in front of the cube, so anyone who put the cube in front of the bad stone, so anyone that runs through just instantly gets eaten by a slime? Yeah.
Roll me. Do you want? No, you can't. There's no slimes
Okay.
here.
Whoa! Kreen.
What? Oh, Kreen. Not. I thought you were
Kreen.
messing with my name.
Yes.
Where's that white stuff that you chew on and you hate?
What white stuff?
You know, that stuff that they told you not to eat.
For Conkers?
Yeah.
The Conkers stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the kitchen.
Well, we
Helgen
should-
won't. But then Helgen won't have it. It won't be Conkers.
I see the dilemma.
Kreen holds up the single like cookie that he's been like hanging on to.
Oh.
He's like, see, it's Conkers. It's good. It's chocolate.
That's not what green sounds like.
It's totally okay.
There isn't. Arden doesn't happen to have any special arrows that I could fire, does he?
Ooh, maybe. If you want to run back upstairs and search the foyer. Okay.
Watch my trap.
You leap over the trap stair. So roll me an investigation check.
That is 14.
Roll. Okay, so oh, I want to give this to you so bad right now.
Yeah, that was totally a 24. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, so you go up and you search the bedroll that had like a quiver next to it, and there is a few arrows in there, and you kind of like dump them over the bedroll, and they're all like pretty mundane and boring looking, except there's like one. There's one that has like all of like these twisted runes and inscribed symbols in it, with like this weird, like twisty looking language. It kind of makes your eyes hurt to look at. What languages does Jack speak?
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Goblin, Thieves' Cant.
There's a little bit of Elvish in it, but and a little bit of Dwarvish. It's kind of like this weird amalgamation of most of the languages, but none of them. But it is a special arrow. You're not entirely sure why it's special.
Okay.
So you can take that arrow with you.
Done. Done. And
Done and
dusted.
done. Done and dusted. Did I ask Kreen if he had his thing? Did I already ask for Kreen's for his thing?
What do you mean? I mean, he has gotten the golems. He
Mhm.
has raided the bear traps.
Mm-hmm.
He is not giving up the Conkers.
Okay. No, but I mean, like, I was giving everyone one final thing to set up. Did I get your one final thing? Or are you good?
I don't think I have anything else. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So where are you guys gonna set up on? Runt is gonna have to be near the room with the portal so he can shoot in and set off the traps that Jux set up. So he has to be within sight of that. And so where does everyone else want to be? In the big basement room? Behind in cover?
Yes, cover. Yes. Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay.
I presume we could like be at the door to begin with to see the things come in and get hit by traps and whatnot and shoot at them and then fall back.
Yeah, you can do whatever you like.
Cool.
So
How
I think
shall I be doing that?
that is a good place for a quick bio break. So we'll take like a quick little break, and if you guys have any flashes of inspiration in between now and then, we might resolve before the things happened. Okay, I will be RD.
Flash. Okay.
Runt and his magic stick are ready.
Woo.
Like I can't like think of like anything that like we would have had. Because like I'm also like trying to parse out like the different things like between the seasons and stuff. I mean, like what would they have had at the keep at this point in time?
Not a lot.
Yeah, I'll say they haven't got the cord farm yet.
No, that was a fair way till now. From now. I mean, there's nothing but like rubble.
'Cause this is like right after, or shortly after the Durkai fight, right? Isn't that when Ice Rain was?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it might have ended first season with the Duriko fight.
Yeah, and then had the Ice Rain one shot.
I mean, there's just like lots of building materials, and that's about it.
Can we try to rig up anything with like some boulders that fall?
I had thought about it. I went with like the firebomb thing, but we could maybe try. Although they are heavies, you would have to get
Yeah.
Greg to lift them.
I wonder if we have like any like enough like crates or broken bits of wood that we can get like a loose kind of like shelf kind of thing, and like if they when they trigger it, some rubble falls on them.
You can ask.
I can certainly try.
Maybe try to set that up, just over the stairs doorway. So after they finally got through everything to us in
Okay.
the cratey room, we can just drop rocks on them.
And everyone will die.
Exactly.
Did you guys?
What, Andrew? What?
Oh, we don't have any like. No. Do we? Well, yeah. In the kitchen, is there any like oil?
There's
That was established, yeah.
How much oil?
lots of oil. Helga is
Fucking
making turkey dinner.
Screw the turkey dinner.
No,
What?
she's like the best cook ever.
But we could like set up that hot oil like on the stairs or something.
I mean, we could. You could have a whole vat of bubbling hot oil that you tip on people, and it would be awful.
Yes.
But also then no turkey dinner for Christmas.
I mean, if we're dead, we also will have turkey dinner.
How dare you?
I mean, Kreen has plot armor.
Kreen is getting turkey dinner, whether he dies or not. I mean, we could do that. Have it bubbling away.
We've decided we need hot oil and rocks that may fall.
That may fall. Although that
Do we
involves
have
you, like
all
you as the only
four-
strong kobold, try and lift a massive like vat of oil, massive
Well,
iron pot. It might not be stealthy enough.
what about if we use like one net in front of the door and then the other three nets we like jerry rig it to like have that vat of oil on like up there, and then we can just like cut a rope and have the big old vat fall on them.
You'd somehow have to lift the giant iron pot of oil above the
Yes.
door.
Yes.
You are strong. I mean, it's up to see whether she'll allow it or not, but I don't know if you can stealthily get a big enough vat and all of the oil. Or if Kreen will let you.
No, that's for the turkey. The fuck is that sound?
My medicine grinder.
I see.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. So I am back.
I have idea.
You
I have
do?
idea as well.
Okay, so I just want to say the spike growth thing will be a D4 for every 5 feet in its difficult terrain, blah, 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 blah. So that's going to be 5d4 of spiky damage to walk across, and it's difficult terrain. There are what is essentially 3 fireballs. So someone else can look up how many d6s that is.
8d6 per fireball.
You'll be rolling them.
Okay.
Not me.
I was gonna say or Liam, and I was like, oh,
So,
maybe not. Well,
You can spread the love. One fireball
there's
to each
3,
person.
right?
There's
24.
3. Yeah.
So 24d6.
Yeah. It just depends on how if you want to set them all off at once, that kind of thing. There is one bear trap, which how much would that be? I did 2d10 for Kreen. I think that's fair ish.
Bear trap is 2d10.
Sure.
Yeah, bear trap is 2d10,
That
Alright.
makes sense.
8d6 times 3 on the fireball. The hunting trap is going to be a DC. Oh, I didn't make you roll to set that. Give me a d20 roll plus your proficiency modifier, and that'll be the DC for the hunting trap.
7.
Oh, it's going to be a 10 at least. Sorry. But
I came back and someone was dogging my rolling, and I'm like, "Who's dogging my rolling?" And I'm like, "Okay, no, fair enough."
oh, I'm sorry, man.
All right.
it's me.
Okay, so you had ideas.
We had ideas.
Okay. Give me your ideas.
Could I find enough broken like or not broken but like pieces of like wood and stuff like that, like rubble, and make kind of like a jury rigged shelf kind of thing with some boulders on it up near like I guess we were saying the top of the stairs, right, Dan?
Yes.
Up.
Behind the door at the top of the stairs.
So when they trigger it, rocks will fall on them. Some 4 pieces.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what we said.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and in fact, you could probably rig it somehow so that whenever they trigger the trick stare that Runt made, that it'll trigger the rocks to start falling down the stairs.
Okay.
Roll a d20, add your proficiency, do it with advantage because Jux is helping, or Runt is
Woo.
helping. Someone's
No,
helping
I'm
you.
helping.
I'm getting help. That's not bad. That's gonna be a 18.
Cool. You get it set. That'll be the Dex save DC for the boulders.
Okay, boulder trap.
Nice.
Um,
If they're on the floor having tripped from the false step, they will be at disadvantage
That's
because
very
they will
true.
be prone.
yeah.
Runt is
Sneaky,
useful.
sneaky.
How much should boulders be? What
A lot because they're
does-
big boulders. Well, they're medium-sized boulders, but
Are
I think they're big boulders.
They're large for cream. Sure.
I mean, they're not pebbles.
No, they're not. Let me look.
Chucks looks up and there's like one pebble just up there.
What did I annoy you with gravel?
We are going to say that it is like erupting earth. So that will be 3d12
Ooh,
on the
Damn.
boulders.
Damn.
Okay, so that's an idea. Anything else?
Did Andrew tell you his idea?
Oh yes, my idea.
Mm-hmm.
There's vat of boiling oil in kitchen.
Well, it's not boiling currently. I'm sure whenever Jux was making his excursions to and from the Blissful Mistress, he might have picked up some oil, yeah. You can say that you've been heating it up.
In a pot.
Sure.
Could I raise that pot with 3 of those nets that I had?
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
Like
Not
in
really,
the
but
doorway leading out of the room. So like, they have all their nastiness, and then whenever they come into like the big part of the basement, it's right there.
yeah.
Okay. Roll me a d20. Add your proficiency modifier. If anyone's helping them, you have advantage.
Runt will help because
Okay.
Runt doesn't have any ideas of his own.
Oh,
It's just your proficiency, which at level 6 is
19.
3.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
See,
DC 19 on a deck save for oil. Cool. I'll say that does 3d10.
Sweet.
Um,
you mean Runt isn't going to suggest some sort of demonic clown hall of mirrors shenanigans?
when it's my own traps, I'm great. But when it's traps for something else, I'm like, oh shit.
because here's the thing. I know that two of you have like absolutely no idea what was going on in this keep, and so basically, I am. If you have an idea for something, it is probably here because like this basement is full of shit. So don't be afraid. And like the things that I thought of, I've tried to
Oh,
in some way.
shit. Holy fuck. It's water. I need water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. I want, like, because I have a shocky stick. I want to, like, flood as much of that stuff as
Ooh.
possible.
Ooh.
Ooh.
that
Oh.
is absolutely that is nothing to do with pouring water all over the place.
I want to, can I, like, flood the area a little bit, though? Give me, like an inch of flooded water?
You might
maybe?
drown me. Oh man.
An inch of flooded water, we'll say somewhere like in the basement, the big open area. You kind of like flood, you like set up some of like the crates and stuff in like kind of a little bottleneck area, and the crates kind of serve as like a dam for the water that you pour in there. And with Kreen's help, you go up and to Wodek / Byron's office, and you get his little alchemy jug that he gets teapots from, where he gets his tea from, and you bring it down, and
Oh, no.
Kreen upends it, and just water and water and water and water and water. It just like pours out of this jug and
Awesome.
floods the area. Simple.
I like the idea that after the kobolds have murdered dozens of demons down here, that the water just washes all the evidence away.
Kreen
So,
is going
I
to
think
have
it's
to clean all of this up.
Oh, okay. Sweep.
Yep, he's going to be sweeping. It's a good thing that everyone gets really hungover, and it takes a while for them to come back from the Olfinger party.
Also
Runt is
broken
gonna
back.
Huh?
Also, what's her name almost got broken in half.
Yeah. They spent some time
Phalo.
there. Bela, yeah, they spent some time there afterwards. They were a bit coming back home. Not that Kreen knows
Also
that right
apparently known as Shadow Thief.
now.
I think that's really cool.
She
It
did.
is.
write
It
a book.
is. It's a hot nickname for sure. Shadow Thief.
I mean, it's exactly how she was described, or Kreen's relationship with her was described. But
You
anyway,
also have Morwen.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could like
Ride her into battle, Kreen.
I mean, that's a thing.
No one got to ride her into battle in the main game, so why not do it now? Live that fantasy.
This is why she never bonded with Elishan, because she bonded with Kreen.
It's very true. Yeah, let's see. Let's try to see if I can like communicate with her to, we're gonna fight, and she could be my trusty steed.
Awesome. She's
Are
been
there
pretty
any mannequins with armor on?
roll a d100.
That's the tens. That's the ones. 90.
Oh, there is whenever you were crossing the courtyard earlier, you did see like a little hut that kind of looked like it would that it was an old forge across from the Blissful Mistress, and whenever you run inside, you see that it's been completely like cleared out. There's not any iron or anything. The only thing really here is the forge and the anvil.
Runt is sad. He has one idea and it blows up in his face.
Yeah, and most of the guards here wear leather armor. There's not a whole.
It wasn't for me. It was. I was gonna do a thing where I set the mannequin up underneath the fireball thing, so that they would go, "Oh, there's a person over there. Let's get him!" Da 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 da. Poof,
Wait.
fireball.
Wait. There are some armors. There is you kind of go and you wander a bit. We're being a little loose with like the timing here, but you go and you wander a bit whenever like Jux and Kreen disappear upstairs at some point. You go and wander and you find like you go up and out and around a little bit and you find another little basement entrance that definitely a dungeon because there's lots of cells and stuff here, and piled up into one of the cells is a bunch of armor that smells disgusting. It is like this brass and gold plate armor is just kind of like piled up into a room. It smells like hobgoblin, but there is lots of it.
Runt set up a trap. Runt like plugs his nose. I don't know what with. He just holds his nose there. What have I got? I have stuff.
You're a kobold. You just like the slits of your nose just collapse.
Close up.
Yeah, you're a lizard. You can do that.
I'm gonna take up a bunch of the armor and I'm gonna just like plop it in a pile beneath one of the fireball traps.
Mm-hmm.
My thinking, of course, being they'll see it and they'll be like, "Oh, there's treasure over there." They'll go over and then they'll be easy to fireball with my fireballs.
Okay,
That
so
jumps close for me.
this is just kind of a distraction.
Exactly.
I got. Right. Anyone else?
So is Moira going to be my trusty steed?
Yeah, she'll be your trusty steed.
Sweet.
I'm looking at these stats of a hunting griffin off of homebrew.com because I forgot she existed. So this is just me finding something really quick. She doesn't have very many hit points,
But she has plot armor.
and she has pack tactics. So she will be able to. Well, I mean, you have pack tactics too, but those are
All
those
the
are
tactics.
things. Yeah, those are things. You can ride her. You have a fly speed of 30 feet. No, wait, she can't fly yet. No, sorry, she can't fly yet. I'm sorry.
She's only a baby.
She's a little baby, and you're kind of big for her. You're both small creatures, so technically,
Runt could maybe ride her,
yeah.
but then again, she did try to kill Runt, so maybe not.
Yeah, but she's gonna help you fight.
Yes.
Could I have
yes.
one more roll on the steal anything from the keep at large, generally, that may be of any use?
Where are you going to steal these things?
I don't know. Where would the thieving instinct take me?
Kreen
To
has
the
been keeping you out of
bedrolls?
that. It's been keeping you out of that library.
He's very
Oh.
distracted now.
Oh, damn! Straight for the library.
Do we go to the library?
Yes.
Okay. Byron, you sense that someone enters your library. Around this time, though, Vela is screaming because there's this horrible creature like bending her in half. So you don't really think anything of it, but like it kind of gets lost in the oh god, she's dying, oh god, she's dying. But there are alarm bells tinkling in the back of your skull that someone has entered your library.
My Vela, my library, my Vela.
My Valen, my library, my Vela.
Oh no. He is distraught, doubly so. all
You hope it's just Kreen sweeping.
sure. Damn it, Green. Told you not on Tuesdays. What do I find in the library?
Tons of books. Lots of books. And there's a big like kind of circle around some of the crates that like whenever you go up to and like you poke your little stubby kobold claw on it, it makes your talon sizzle because it's under like some sort of protection. And so you quickly like nah, screw that. That's annoying. Magic locks. You don't have anything for magic locks. But there's a large oaken desk, much nicer than the one that's in the other room, but it's still covered in books, and like there's like lots of like those little reading those things that hold books open while you read. Lots of those. They're all open up on different pages. But there's also a really nice looking dagger in the center of the desk. And you also notice a sleeping owl that kind of, whenever you approach the desk, cracks open one eye and is like just watching you warily, but makes no other move.
So Jux is just gonna like eye the owl directly, like try and keep its sight on him, and then the mage hand is invisible, is going to go out and either try grab the dagger, or like if there is any kind of one-use magic scroll type thing somewhere that he might have half a chance of reading. I don't know. So the hand is going to kind of like try and take things and just pull them slowly off the desk while the owl is watching him, and then he'll like leave, and then the dagger will like leave after him.
Sure. So you definitely do me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
That's on Saturday. Well, not this Saturday.
Oh.
Following
Oh my, Liam. Oh my. 22.
Okay, you get the dagger, no problem. If you want to go for another item, roll me another.
I shall indeed. That is 25.
All right, you get a spell scroll off of
Woo.
there. You can keep going if you want. The DC is getting higher the longer you spend.
I don't know. Places to be, things to kill. He's already got a lot of stuff. I think he's fine with that. What does the dagger and the spell scroll do?
The dagger is a magic dagger, which is much nicer than your non-magical equipment. It looks like it can, cut through things about one more than you currently can.
Oh, good.
And as for the scroll, as you're walking back down the stairs, roll me odds or evens.
That's evens.
Evens. It's a cure wounds spell scroll.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I think. Sounds good to me, man. So we are going to say, let's see, you guys get into position, kind of clustered around the door frame leading into like the portal room, and the portal is now like glowing and crackling more and more. It's like almost solid, and like on the other side, now you can kind of get like these glimpses of these three crooked figures kind of standing in the shadows on the other side of the portal, and you hear like a couple of like noises, but you can't like quite make out like words or anything. But there's like some high pitched shrill and some real like kind of bassy gravelly like grumblings from coming from the figures. And like you're kind of like lined up like Scooby-Doo style, where like one head and then like Kreen and Runt are on the bottom, and then Jux and Greg are above them because you guys are the taller ones. So you just kind of like doing like the stacked look. And as you're watching this stuff, finally like the portal, the humming comes to like this loud, like you have to almost cover your little ear holes because you don't have ears, you just have little holes, and you kind of have to cover your skull to block out the noise. And the portal snaps, and the gray light within kind of becomes like this large sheet, and the figures step through. Kreen, you recognize them. That's Arden, Elishan, and Rose. What are they doing here?
Oh no, we're in so much trouble. Oh no.
But they kind of like step through, and Rose kind of has like one hand on her hip, and she's kind of like slouched over, and like you haven't seen the lady in white stand like that. That's not like really how she like looks ever. And Elishan has like this haughty look of we're going to get into so much trouble. Like her fingers kind of like Mr. Burns curled up towards her chest. And Arden is just kind of standing weird. You've never seen Arden stand like that. He's, the big hunter man with the arrows, and he's also got like his hands on his hips and his like chest back, and he's standing like a girl. But that's definitely Arden, Rose, and Elishan.
The lady in white.
What? They were the ones chasing us?
And at the sound of Jux's like high pitched little what, the Rose figure kind of like turns towards like the door, and you hear like, oh, there they are, and notice you, and they are going to begin stepping towards the group of you at the door. And they're all going to make some dex saves as they slip on the spiky stuffs.
So I just have a real quick question. Is Kreen able to tell that that's not? You said it doesn't necessarily like look how Rose would stand and stuff like that, because he would be very confused.
Yes, he would be.
So, and possibly thinking that maybe if this is truly the lady in white, maybe he's been helping the wrong team the whole time.
Maybe you should roll me a wisdom check.
I'm just saying.
Fail it.
Oh my god. 4.
That it's definitely Rose, Elishan, and Arden. You don't know how they got back so quick, and you don't know why they came through the portal in the basement. But that's definitely them. Definitely them.
If you pull a Rob and turn heel on us, I'm gonna be furious.
I'm sorry, you don't. Brr.
I mean, Rose is about to step on a big spiky goop. Oh, that's a fail.
Watch out!
A fail, and you shout at the lady in white, and she's going to get advantage on her save. And so 1 fail and 2 pass. And so the one that fails is going to slip through all of that nasty. And what did I say? It was 5d4 as she slips across the spiky growth. We'll say this is the Arden he is going to take 10 points of damage. As he like slips and falls, and like the Elishon and Rose kind of like brace themselves, and then they don't fall, but the Rose is, she pulls out this stick or this gray staff that was in her hand, and she kind of kicks it onto the floor in front of her, and it like floats and hovers, and she like sits down on it and is now floating on a flying stick, and the Elishon vanishes from sight. The Arden like slips and falls and takes damage, so he should do me a concentrate. And he's fine. He just starts cursing. But it's doesn't sound like Arden at all. Like, he just is like, oh, son of a bitch, that really fucking stings. What the fuck is all over this place?
Is that enough to give Kreen a clue?
You can roll another check with advantage this time.
Seven.
Oh, darling.
I have been betrayed.
That is definitely not Arden, you don't think. But no. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
Rose doesn't fly.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
And Elishon definitely doesn't cackle.
there was that one time.
That hasn't happened yet. But yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for.
But you did, by shouting a warning,
I know.
Rose is now flying.
The fucking lady in white.
No, I totally understand. And so they're gonna the Arden is gonna get up, and all three of them are going to approach you. The Elishon is going she disappeared from view, so you don't see what she does. But Rose is floating over the spike growth. Arden is already past it, and so they're approaching you, and they're within range of the other traps that you have set.
Shoot the fireball!
As soon as Jux says shoot the fireball, Runt's eyes begin to glow a very bright yellow, like sun bright yellow. He stands up to his full 1 meter 6 inch height, no, 1 foot 6 inch height, and says in a very deep voice, "You shall not send me away." And from his mouth spurts a radiant sunbolt to the sky. 2, in fact, because I can do 2 a turn.
Nice. So roll me some d6s on however many fireballs you guys want to set off.
Because I have 2, I figured I'll set off 2.
All right.
Give that a go. 6.
These are fireballs, dude. Not
Oh,
so.
I thought rolled as many d6s as you blew up balls.
No,
No.
D6.
Right, I'm with
You
you.
set off 2 fireballs, so you're doing 16 d6,
Yes.
which I can totally roll for you if you want us to get more than 10 damage. Then you can roll if you want.
Because I don't have enough dice, I'm going to use the dice roller, which will hopefully get roll back. 16 d6.
Mm-hmm.
66.
66.
Yep.
Nice.
Not bad.
I can tell you the exact numbers if you want. 4, 5, 1, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 5, 1. Apparently I did 66.
Oh,
All right. So they all but Arden pass the dex save for it. So let's see. Poor Arden. He's doing him an ouch. So that's 11 minus 6. And yeah, there's no way for him to make that concentration check, and so the illusion over the male human figure fades, and a woman in a frail woman in like these rotted gray robes with like these long and nasty and gnarled and twisted tangled white hair and like this hooked nose that has like warts like poking out of like all different directions appears where he was standing, or is like, you know, her flames and her robes and her hair catch fire, and she's like standing there screaming as she's burning.
Your illusions shall fool no one no longer.
As a green hag stands in front of you now.
Green hag.
A green hag. 67. And then that's doing me a disappoint on that damage, but that's okay. The Elishon's gonna make a concentration check. Oh, and the Elishon is going to reappear in view, but it's still Elishon, but it's clearly not Elishon.
Kreen, is your hunter friend also a haggard old woman?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, let's roll some initiative, folks.
Yay!
Oh,
11.
19.
On a +5 initiative, folks. Got an 11.
Oh,
You're +5 initiative.
Grunt got a 5. Or
Dude,
Greg
he
got a
is
5.
fucking. Yeah, he's Dexy as shit.
I also got an 11.
Okay,
I got
so
a 4.
Oh, God.
Womp, womp, womp.
close. So Jux and Kreen got an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the higher dex?
Probably Kreen.
Does Kreen have max dex? Or something?
Yep.
How at level 6 do you have max dex?
That's what Rob rolled his stats. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, but we had point buy. Okay.
Yeah, because I forgot. Like,
Yeah, I did too.
Oh.
Until like.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
18 dex because I point buyed.
Meow.
Yeah, but he also has like a 6 strength and a 5
I
intelligence.
did wonder how you had 5 intelligence. I was like, how the fuck did you get that?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a 6 strength because point buy and -2 strength from being a kobold, but 5 intelligence is impressive.
He's dumb. He's lucky. He's so cute.
Greg at 4. Oh, I forgot you at 19. Yes. Meow, 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 meow. Grunt.
Runt. Not grunt.
Shepherd.
Shepherd. Okay, first up is the Arden. Ah, jeez, Dan. Woo. You're doing me a beard rustle. But
Beard muscle would just be my chin.
Arden is, who's no longer Arden, this green hag stands up and pulls out this gnarled, twisted branched stick wand from inside her robes. And since you guys are all lined up in front of the doorway, she is going to cast lightning bolt at all 4 of you. So that is a dex save for all of you.
I'm assuming I cannot deflect missiles.
No, because these are not missiles. These are lightning
Fair.
bolts.
Fair.
If we are standing
Fair.
behind the doorway using it for cover, then we get some small advantage
Do
to
you?
dex saves. Cover affects dex saves.
Does it?
How close is everything? Is everyone to me too, by the way?
You're all within like the doorway, so you're all within like 5-10 feet.
Okay, everybody gets +2. That's Paladin.
If a spell requires a dex saving throw and you have half or 3/4 cover, you grant a bonus of 2 or 5, depending on the cover, to your saving roll. This
Awesome.
represents the fact that the dex saving throws mean you're trying to get out of the way of the spell, and having to hide behind cover makes it easier.
That's awesome.
So that's plus
Yes.
2, plus 4, and then everything else. So that makes it 14, if my math is right.
That is the DC.
Okay, good.
Oh, good. I got 16. I are happy.
I rolled a 3, and I was like, oh, crap. And then I'm like, okay, add this, and then okay, we're good.
Actually, I think I got no. Yep,
So
I'm
if
good.
you rolled above a 14 or higher, you're going to take half of 45 damage. So if you save, that's 24.
Okay, half health, like all of us.
And yeah. So that is Arden's go. Grunt, it is now your go.
Runt is going to use his.
You
I have 2 attacks.
still have another fireball in there, and there is the smoke bomb as well.
Which was exactly what I was going to fire.
Okay.
Was not a lightning bolt, a sun bolt. It was the other fucking fireball.
All right.
Oh, I just roll damage straight up.
Are you rolling it at the trap? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Then just roll me 8d6, and they're going to make some saves.
Oh, okay. 32. He does a cool flip. He does a cool flip thing over the lightning, and as he's flipping, he fires another sunbolt from his mouth.
2 fails and 1 save. You said 30. How much?
2.
Arden is not looking good. Or the green hag is been like just scorched and burned, and her skin is no longer green. It's blistered and black and red and cracking in places, and she's like oozing like this weird pus. It's disgusting. And I don't know. My math is failing me. And the they're gonna make some concentration checks on their form. Yep, they're fine. So they still look like Rose and Elishan. Actually, no. Just because to make it fun, so I can describe them. The Rose is going to drop her form, and in her place is another twisted woman. This one with purple skin and tangled black hair, with like these like twisting horns coming up out of her forehead, and like the in again, robes and like these gnarled, twisting like claws. And then the Elishan turns into this short, kind of shrunken woman with like these elongated blue skin and like these elongated like skinny arms that are like if she held them straight down they'd like nearly be touching the floor, and so they're like really disproportionate for her body, but at like this white hair and like skinny like skeletal like White Walker looking like cold skin, and is kind of just really gross looking. It has like little like hoar frost like across like her robes, and around her belt there's like a like skulls dangling down. This is a Bure hag, and the other one is a night hag. So you have a coven of witches.
The three twisted sisters.
Yeah, some twisted sisters. And it is now the
I have another attack and bonus action.
Oh, you do. Go for it. I am sorry.
No problem. Swing my magic stick around with as I smack him in the head.
Who are you attacking?
The Arden one.
Okay.
Formerly known as. That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
For 5. Mighty magical stick.
5 mighty magical stick.
Just the ring. And then I'll use a key point, which I need to find on this fucking sheet.
Mm-hmm.
To use flurry of blows to thwack this bastard.
All right, go for it. 2 more hits. Or 2 more attacks.
Oh god. Oh, again. That is a... I can't do maths in my head. 16 on the die, plus 7.
Hit.
And then a 21.
Also hit.
$10 and 7.
10 and 7. Do monk weapons count as magical at this level? Or is it just their fists?
Allow me to double check.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
He's also using unarmed strike.
Flurry blows, yeah. So like the first hit comes through and it doesn't like do all that much because it's a flute and you're a fucking kobold swinging a flute at a hag, and it doesn't really do all that much, but it kind of like cracks into her like ribs a little bit and kind of like sticks there as she like hunches over and is just like ah, and then you flurry of blows and you like do like these like awesome like little spin kicks that just drive the flute into her ribs, and like there's like this weird like noise as you pierce her lungs with the thing and she dies. So Dan got his wish.
Pulls the flute out and lands and like looks super badass. All of a sudden, after being this useless little man, all of a sudden he's just badass.
Yes, so the hag is dead.
I feel like it sounds like bagpipes as a hag like just deflates behind you as you stand there like
right, so Kreen, or no, it is now Rose's turn. And
stop saying Rose.
I mean, Night Hag's turn. Is that better?
It is. It really is.
Right. So, she is going to see this nasty little kobold that just killed one of her sisters, and she's going to cast Magic Missile. And that's going to be 14 points of force damage to Grunt.
Grunt. No G.
I am
Oh, I'm sorry, Runt. I totally wrote you down as Grunt. Sorry, Shepherd.
Rex.
It is now Kreen's go.
Oh,
Does your
Kreen.
lady in white actually purple? And does Elishan have large gangly limbs that drag on the floor?
Well, no. Can he get up in there and do some slashy?
Definitely. Is he going to attack the one that was pretending to be his lady in white, or the one
Fuck
that was
yeah, he is.
Sean?
Mhm.
All right. So go at that night hag. She's just finished casting this spell at your new special friend.
That is going to be a maths. That is going to be a 27 on the first one.
That hits.
11 points of damage. He's not using the cleaver. I don't think he had it at that point.
According to Rob, he did, but Rob also said that it was not magical, so it will not.
I'm pretty sure it was, but
They told me it wasn't. So
yeah, Rob doesn't know anything.
I mean, it's why the rest of it didn't get magic.
No, it's
Good
25.
credits.
He doesn't have his. The only thing it would change would be it makes it a +2 weapon. I think
And-
no, it isn't. It's just +2.
And it also makes it a magical weapon that, as it slashes into the night hag, like he knows that he got a good hit. He got it just the way Remy showed him how, but it doesn't seem to have cut very deep.
And then the second one is a 25 to hit for 9 points of damage.
All right. Again, the cleaver cuts into the flesh, but it seems to like getting caught on like the robes or something, or like she's a lot skinnier than she looks, because you just don't. She doesn't seem to be like buckling much under your shenanigans. Jux, it is now your turn.
What kind of paladin is Kreen?
Yeah.
Is he devotion?
Mm-hmm.
So you can make your weapon magic.
But
Divine
is he
weapon.
smart? Is he smart enough to realize that that's not a thing?
Maybe. Jux is going to do two things. He is going to bonus action, and anything these hags are using to possibly cast, or they are coveting, or there is anything upon their gangly ass, horrible, wrinkly bodies that he could take off them that they might miss, I'm going to bonus action try and thief something from them.
The Rose is currently floating on a broomstick, and because she just got hit by Kreen, she is kind of like got her hands up, kind of like in defense, and so she's not really like gripping onto it right now. If you want to attempt to pull it out from under her,
That is hilarious. If you would allow me to do that, I will attempt to sleight of hand it. And she can make a perception check to see if it's happening, but I rolled a 27, or got to 27.
no, she did not see it, or
Yoink.
not. Yeah, so you yoink it out from under her, and she like topples off of the broom with a "Rah!" and falls onto the spikes. And she's gonna take 11 points of damage from.
Can the mage hand have, yoinked it from her and brought it to Juck so he could then ride it towards her?
How far can you move it in a turn?
30 feet.
It's halfway to you. You've gotten it out of her grasp.
Okay.
It's on its way to you with your bonus action. If you want to use your action to bring it the rest of the way, you can.
For fun, I'm gonna fire the special arrow at the Elishan. hag that is hopefully slightly further away from Kreen
Are you
and
now?
my friends.
All right. So you are going to roll to hit.
Okay, so he pulls out his bow and pew 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 pew. 8. I'm rolling these Makud dice, and they're rolling better than they do for Makud. I feel
Aren't
somewhat sad.
Aren't those
That-
dice that I gave you?
Yes, they are.
Oh.
They are the Makud dice.
It's because you're using them against me.
Quite possibly. So that is an 18 plus 7 for 25.
Okay, so you definitely hit, and this arrow of hag slaying, because Arden has a thing about hags,
He did.
does hit and pierce the twisted blue hag, and it like pierces into her chest, like right above like her heart, and you see like the skin starts to like crackle and turn like necrotic and like starts to like slough and rot, but like and she like doubles over in pain as you roll 60-10.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Yep. She's
That's
she
the
makes
thing.
a Constitution saving throw. She crits her con save, unfortunately, so she's going to take half
Boo.
of this extra damage.
Boo.
But it's regular arrow damage plus an extra 60-10 piercing,
Boo.
plus your sneak.
Boo. Okay. This, doing 60-10 first.
Mm-hmm.
That is 10, 20, 33. Then short bow damage
Half of that.
brings that up to a 37. And then sneak attack.
Hold on.
Right.
What is the damage for the arrow by itself? Because she's only having the extra damage, not the arrow damage.
The arrow by itself was a 4
Okay.
from the short bow.
Thank you.
And then it was like 33 from the hag slaying effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Schnurk attack is 9.
Nice. So even though she saved, you still did like a hefty chunk of damage to her.
Fear Jux! And his amazing archery!
All right, and so you do that to the burr hag, and she like clutches her chest and is just like, "Gah!" And like she. By the way, I should ask, Runt, did you stay in the doorway?
No, because I had to go and kick Arden in the face.
Okay, so you're not in the doorway. Kreen moved up and hit the rose, which she was flying. I probably shouldn't. Anyways, it already happened.
He jumped.
Yeah.
Jump good.
Kreen's got mad air.
Mhm.
So Greg is in the doorway, and did Jux move?
But Jux is still taking cover.
Okay, Jux is taking
He
cover.
shot, I suppose he could have shot an arrow and then, ducked back behind the wall. So
Okay, so did you?
I mean, yes. I can roll a dice. 14. You can decide if he was smart. That was his int check to take a cover.
Yeah, I'll say he took cover. Oh, this is me asking you, Andrew. Have you
Yes.
considered Greg to be raging yet?
Yes.
So did you take
Yes.
half damage on like the first little lightning bolt?
Yep.
Okay, cool. The burr hag is going to send like her twisted, elongated grotesque fingers kind of like form a V in front of her as she, as a blast of like cold air shoots out from her palms towards you all in the door. And so that will be Greg and Jux need to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Okay, you save.
Chucks does not.
No. And so that will be 18 points of cold damage to Jux, 9 to Greg.
All right.
She casts cone of cold.
Okay.
And then it is Greg's turn.
She's in the water, right?
You guys still kind of in like the portal area because you guys kind of like ran in and attacked them as they were getting out or getting out of the portal. So she's not in the water yet, but if you want to yell to your friends to fall back.
Fall back! And I'm going to fall back.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do in ranged instance? Do you have anything on you for that kind of stuff? Or
Mm-mm. Nope, I don't.
okay.
I'll just have my action readied for when she gets into the water and we're out of range.
All right. Greg yells, fall back. Arden is dead, and the night hag is going to look to you, Kreen, and say, "You're not going anywhere, my pretty," as she casts Hold Person.
Oh no.
So that'll be a wisdom saving throw, please. I swear I'm not.
Yeah,
ganging
you
up on
are.
you.
Oh, you totally are. It's fine.
You're the one attacking her.
Whatever. 16.
Oh, you safe. That is her
Double
action.
birds.
But that is her action.
Mhm.
And then it is your turn, Kreen. Greg just yelled for you all to fall back.
It's mine, is it not?
Yeah, it's Grunt's turn.
Runt.
Runt! Yes, I am sorry. You were actually before
It's
the
okay,
night
I
hag.
understand. You looked just right over him. It makes sense.
I'm sorry. I'm going to erase Arden off of there so Runt can have his own line instead of squeezing them in together.
So special.
Runt, it is your turn.
Could I, theoretically speaking, hypothetically, shoot a 15-foot cone at this hag without hitting poor old Kreen?
He's the best of us.
If you make me an athletics check to jump up on one of the boxes so that you're above Kreen.
I'll go. Let's see.
Duck.
Or athletics. Acrobatics or athletics or
Acrobatics will be far better. 16.
yeah, you get up there and so you're able to
I do a cool backflip onto the thing, or Runt does. I don't.
Mhm.
When he says, what does he say? Yeah, I had a cool line in my head this for ages, and I've just completely forgotten it. Oh, if it's magic you want, it's magic you'll get. And he sort of flips the flute in his fingers, points it at the thing, and casts Burning Hands using 1, 2. I'll just use 2 key points. So it's just a 13 dex save.
And is that going to get both of them or just the one?
It's a 15-foot cone. So, I mean, if they're within 15 feet of each other.
Yeah, we'll say. Okay, so the one attacking Kreen, the night hag, saves with a 19 on the dice. The icy burr hag fails with a 5.
So that's 9 on the fail, and then half on the success. So is it rounded up or rounded down? I always forget.
Rounded down for damage. So half
34.
9 is 4. So she takes unfortunately. The night hag kind of it kind of like crackles across her, and she kind of chuckles. It doesn't seem to have done very much.
Darn.
Are you staying put? Or are you falling back?
Can I see if Kreen is still held? Does Kreen look like they'll be able to run?
Oh, Kreen looks like this hag like casts a spell on him, and he kind of like
And now he's hurt.
wavers. No, he kind of wavers for a second, and then you see him like shake it off, and he like does like a cute little like kobold like.
Gotcha.
I
So
mean,
he's fine.
double birds.
Yeah, and he flipped double birds.
In which
So-
case, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna jump from my point, and I'm gonna thwack him with my. I'm just gonna kick him actually. No, I better thwack him with my.
So
thing.
you're not gonna fall back.
Oh, I feel like I should, but I also just want to hit him.
All right. Which one are you attacking?
Let's be clever. Let's run. But as I run, I'm also gonna chug use my actual action to chug my potion that I have somewhere in here.
2d4 plus 2. All right. Kreen. Greg yelled for a fallback. Runt lays down this wave of literal covering fire. What do you do?
Disengage
Mm-hmm.
and retreat.
Smart. Are you doing anything else? Do you have anything with a bonus action or anything like that you'd like to do?
Can I bonus action double birds?
You certainly can.
I don't think I have any
Yeah.
other. Yeah, I don't have any other bonus actions.
Cool. Jux, you're in the doorway. Runt and Greg have kind of run by you. Kreen is about where you are right now, a little bit past you. So what do you do?
As soon as they're out the water in a way, then Andrew's action.
Yeah,
would
they
be
haven't.
triggered.
They haven't left yet. They haven't left the room yet.
Oh, have they not?
Because you guys are still there. It's only been the night hag so far, and she tried to keep Kreen in the room. That was her action.
But I thought he had a held action.
He has, but they haven't left the room yet. So if he holds his action for when they're in the puddle of water, they are not in the puddle of water yet because they have not moved because you guys were still in the room.
I misinterpreted the they of which you were speaking.
Yes.
I think we thought that the water was in there and we were waiting for those two kobolds to get out of the side of the door where we are,
yeah.
so then he could throw the lightning into the room with the.
See, you guys had already put down like 20 feet of nastiness in front of this portal. There's not a whole lot of room for puddles and front and stuff in there. So you had wave 1 of traps, and he's trying to get you guys to fall back to wave 2, where the bear trap and the puddle of water and the other stuff is.
Yes.
Okay.
Kreen. While you're running, do you want to hold your control staff?
Oh yeah, the golems.
So like you disengage, and as a bonus action, Kreen pulls out that silver rod, and Greg behind you, you hear like this and like rumbling stone as like those dwarven golems near like the entrance to the basement start begin to like slowly get up with like this like crunching of like stone, and like the floor starts to shake with like these heavy like thuds as like the dwarven golems start marching towards the portal.
Okay. So the pipeweed bomb thing that we this is in this room,
Yes.
where the hags are right now, and it hasn't been activated yet.
Yes, sir.
And they're gonna leave, and it won't be activated.
Yes, sir.
As As Runt runs by, either he flames it or I just kind of run it along his scales and I light an arrow and then I fire the arrow at the pipeweed.
He used his action to burning or bonus action to burning hands and
Sure.
move and stuff. So it would take your action to do the thing, but you have a cunning action to move again. So it's not exactly as though, and you're not engaged with them right now. So it's easy for you to fire that off and activate it.
Okay, and still be at a safe distance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do 16.
All right. They you hit the smoke bottles and they fall and crash around the hags, and like this blue billowing smoke kind of like comes up and makes your like smells like skunk. Just it's like this nasty smelling smoke, and both of the hags start coughing, and both of them fail their constitution saving throws. So they are going to have some disadvantages. I'm going to consider them baned.
Woo! Yeah, they're banged.
Skunked.
Yeah.
Skunk.
And then it is the Burr Hag's turn, and she is going to covering her eyes and running out towards you guys. She's going to fail the ridiculously low DC hunting trap.
Run!
Her she steps into the snare because like her eyes are like blinded and she can't see. Don't even need the bane because she rolled a 5.
Oh my god, she even filled the one that I set.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm
no.
saying.
Bro.
The one that was like super obvious, like they walk through the portal, was like that's a trap there. She fails it because she couldn't see anything because of this smoke, and so you hear this. It's like the spur hag is inverted up into the room, and like it's bony little knobby witch knees are exposed to the air. She's like swinging around trying to be like
You hear Runt say, "Good job, Runt."
and that would be her well, her movement is broken. Let's see. So she's gonna have to like use her action to try and get herself out of that. And fail that. So she's still hanging upside down in the room. Her turn wasted. And
Inside of his own brain, Runt's feeling very justified right now.
and then it comes around to Greg, the kobold. You're in position with your spear. The night hag hasn't exited the room yet because it hasn't come back around to her initiative. So you're just gonna hold your action for the spear?
Yep.
Okay. Runt. It is your turn. Similarly, the night hag has not exited the room just yet. But so you have plenty of time to get into cover, to hide, ready in action.
Is the bear trap nearby?
It is in the where would you have wanted the bear trap, Andrew? Do you want it in the or Jade? Where do you want the bear trap? Do you want the bear trap before the puddle of water? Do you want it in the puddle of water? You obviously want it on the path leading outside of the room somewhere. So I'm giving you the choice of where it was placed. In the water, outside the water. Jade,
Yes. What?
where's the bear trap?
Inside the bottle.
Yes, it's definitely inside the puddle.
Okay, so it's inside the puddle. There, runt. Sorry, shepherd.
I was gonna do a thing, but there's no point. It's already in the puddle. I will take cover and I will ready some sunbolts to blast at some point, probably after the lightning bolts happen.
Right. Pot of oil is where is it? It's outside the store, so it's gonna hit. It's gonna
Inside the
go. It's gonna be pot of oil, and then the puddle.
Yes.
Okay. So
Also
and
rocks.
Yes,
Jade
Also,
roll. Well, the rocks are at the stairs leading out of this room, so it's like your third fallback.
Okay.
What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Jade.
Jade, roll me initiative for your dwarves.
Yeah. Oh, Kraken.
Okay. So because they have technically already gone, they
Oh,
are
fuck.
now. No. It's great because they are actually a lot closer than they were. Because, like, I said that this big open area was
Yeah.
nice and wide. They've already like moved once when they activated, and their action, move and action, or move and dash or whatever. So they're going to be, like right outside the ring of the puddle because I'm nice. So they're not going to get hit by the lightning, but they're in range to come pummel after the lightning happens. Okay. So it is then the night hag's turn, and she's going to exit the room, and a pot of burning oil is going to fall down on her. The DC is 19. So that's what you rolled when you said it. And she's going to fail. So it's 3d12 for whoever wants to roll the oil damage.
Andrew.
That is going to be a 29.
Oh, jeez. So this is like the first time that this hag is like really like reacted to anything that's happened, as like her flesh starts to boil and bubble, and she's like covering her face and screaming like this high pitched like scream, screaming something about her stupid grandson, and then she's going to blunder into one bear trap. She's going to save, so she's going to take half of 2d10. Whoever wants to roll that for me.
Bear trap.
Bear trap.
Bear trap.
12 damage. So
Is she now in the puddle? So
Can I throw my spear? My shocky spear?
And Runt has his sunbolts. Who wants to go first?
lightning.
Lightning first. Okay.
Shocky spear!
Okay. It is a lightning bolt. So she's not going to have disadvantage on her save because she didn't. She saved the bear trap save. So she's just going to make her dex save. The DC is
Does she have disadvantage being in water?
oh yeah, totally.
or would it be vulnerability to the damage?
Oh!
You make a good point there.
Or would it be both?
Right.
Whoa,
Would she just start melting because she's a witch in water?
Okay, so she's gonna have vulnerability to the damage, and she's gonna have disadvantage on the dex save.
Woo!
Damn.
What's the DC? We'll say the DC is
Ridiculously high because
Ridiculous.
water is like
No, we've already given her disadvantage to be part of that effect. Well, DC's 15.
I'm just fucking.
I know you were. Oof. She got a 15 on the dice. I'm
Is
sorry.
she still banged?
She
Oh.
is baned.
Oh, Liam with the plays.
That actually means she did get hit by the bear trap. Anyway, so what was that bear trap damage?
The
12.
bear trap was 3d12.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, the bear trap
2d10.
is 2d10.
No, 2d10 and you
Yeah,
got
what
12.
would you got a 12? Okay.
Thought
Yeah. So
Oh, I forgot to have that anyway. Okay, cool. So
Oh.
there. So yes, she fails her dexterity saving throw for the lightning damage that she is not resistant to. That will be 8d6, Andrew.
Damn.
Oh boy! Alright. 8d6. That is going to be a 35.
And she's vulnerable to it, I said, right?
yes,
Yes!
it is.
70!
Please describe how this looks.
You just see Greg standing beside, and he gives a mighty javelin throw of the electrical stocky stick as he says, "Lightning bolt!" As it fries the witch completely. You see sparks of electricity going everywhere as she just starts to melt.
It's like Disney movie villain electric shock. You can see like her skeleton glowing through her skin as it flashes like white and black underneath like everything. She's just like
I knew you would like good shocky stick.
and she collapses into a puddle because she wasn't like, melting like a Wizard of Oz witch before, but now she definitely is.
Oil, lightning,
Yeah.
bear trap.
Yeah.
Is the other witch within 30 feet of Runt?
Depends. Did you position yourself to like see into the doorway?
My thought process was if Shocky killed the other one, I was gonna sunbolt the other one. So I imagine I would have.
Okay. If that was your thought, then yeah, you can roll with advantage as she's hanging upside down. Incapacitated. Does that give her anything else? No, you just have advantage.
That didn't go very well. 14 on the first.
That will miss, unfortunately.
What I thought. And 17 on the other.
That will hit. Just hits.
Great. First blast is just completely shocked because of the horrible way the other ones went down. That is
screaming is very distracting.
Yeah, 8 damage.
Okay.
To the other. In my head, it's very Digimon when he fires a sunbolt. Straight out of his mouth.
All right, Kreen. I forgot you have Morwen. So, what is your current speed?
30.
30? Okay, it's 40 with Morwen.
So is it like safe to get in there now, or are we still retreating?
If you want to go in after the pinata, you certainly can. She's not too happy.
The other witch is incapacitated. Go crazy.
Wait, is this the not Rose one?
Yes, this is the Elishon one that is currently hanging upside down from Runt's snare trap.
Let's go have some fun with the pinata.
Okay. You have advantage because she's incapacitated.
That is a 22 on the first hit.
That'll hit.
Let's dump some fucking smite into that.
Shall?
Do
it. I mean, no, not my witch. My hags.
12, 18, 23.
23 all up.
Yep, for the first hit.
All right.
That's a 19 to hit.
Hits. And whenever you slice into the burr hag, unlike the night hag, this one, like, meat cuts like supposed to, and so she's like screaming in pain as you slice off chunks of her.
All right. Let's play some more Smite. This only has 16.
On this might,
Yeah.
it's not looking too good. I mean, obviously, she's probably missing several bits of her now. Anything else?
Can Morrowind attack?
Morwen's gonna attack. She is going to. Oh,
Go for the eyes!
you already had advantage because of pack tactics. She tried her hardest. She really did. She rolled an 8 and a 1. So she
Halfling rage! Halfling rage!
she misses on her claws, but she is definitely like her hackles are raised and she's just like and like wings mantled. Like she's trying to be as big as possible. It's adorable, but she's not doing much. Jux, it is your turn.
Okay. So, can Jux mount the broom? Can it be brought to him?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
he get to the broom?
Yeah.
Sweet. Can he then use the broom to close the distance upon the hag?
It gives you 40 feet, so yes.
Can he, while he is traveling, pick up some sort of smoldering part of the, of the broom? Because there was lots of things to be set on fire by fireballs and flame hands and the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then can he douse her in hair tonic and then set it alight?
Yep. We'll consider it alchemist fire.
Okay. Uh, 18 to hit.
Hits. So that does.
Is it like a D6 or something? And then maybe ongoing. I don't know.
I'm trying to find.
Yeah. Maybe. To Google's.
It does 1d4 fire damage at each turn. At the start of each turn, so she's on fire and is on fire. So 1d4 for now.
2.
All right. That is your action. Anything with your bonus?
If I still have my bonus, can I take anything valuable off of her before I set her on fire?
She's got some clattering skull belt, but if you take that off, her the robe might go up more as she's hanging upside down. So you might not want that.
Jux does not care for human physique. Skull belt sounds
Okay.
good. She's now thoroughly entangled in her own robes that are on fire.
Yes. All right. It's Jux's turn. It is now the Burhag's turn. Incapacitated creature can't take action or reaction, but I'm going to give her a save to try and get out of the noose. She's going to fail again with an 8. I don't even have to bane.
Little boy.
So she has not been working on her core at all because she tries to do one of those inverted pull-ups to get the rope around her foot, and she's just and just dangles back down helpless. Greg, it is your turn. Andrew.
I want to charge her and bite her ankle.
Well, her ankle is currently like up closer to the ceiling because she's inverted. You can bite her
Face.
Forehead.
or her elongated arms. I did describe them as such, so they're like dangling a few inches off the floor.
Biting her wrists. All right.
Oh Jesus. Oh, you're a kobold. That's fine.
Exactly. All right. That's going to be a 18 to hit.
Gonna hit.
All right. I believe a bite's like a D4 plus my strength. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So that's going to be 4 points of damage.
All right.
Wait. I'm going for a second bite, and I miss. Never mind.
Okay. The dwarves come dum, 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 through the puddle of water, crushing the remains of the night hag as they like just don't give a fuck, and like she goes splash under their massive feet, and the hunting trap like goes ping, like goes shooting across the room, and they're closer, but they aren't quite there yet. Runt, it is your turn.
I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna thwack her with my flute.
You're gonna whack the pinata with your stick.
I'm gonna whack the pinata with my stick.
All right, you have advantage.
I do it twice. I can't possibly fail. Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh damn! I'll do the damage for that because I might just kill her. How are you doing, crits?
Oh, max damage and then roll. So if it's a D8 at this level,
It's a D6.
D6. So 6 plus, then you roll, then you add your modifier.
9 plus 4 is 13.
Nice. Still up.
Followed by a 22.
That hits. You are rolling with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is 7.
And another 7 damage. All right.
Still standing? Well, not standing, but she's still alive.
She's still alive.
In which case, I'm going to
Barely.
then.
She's
I'm
kind
going
of like as like you're like beating in like parts of her ribs.
Thwack, thwack. And we're going to use another key point and jump up and kick her twice in the face.
All right.
8 on the die plus 7. 15? No?
That'll miss, yeah.
Oh, but that'll hit. That's another 22.
Yeah.
For another 8 points of damage. No, 9. I'm dumb. Thwack, thwack. Jumps up, big ol' kick to the face,
like-
slap on the thigh.
Break her jaw, and it's like hanging off like loosely, and she's all as like her like tongue is now like lolling and kind of like falling back into like her throat. She's now like choking on her own tongue. Kreen, it is your turn. She looks so rough, like the roughest.
That is a 21.
Describe it.
Oh, can I smite?
You can do whatever you want. She's got
So,
one
like-
hit point.
So as Runt breaks her jaw, Kreen just like walks up and just like jams his short sword through her like the remains of her mouth, and then like channels this divine light that just radiates, and her head explodes.
Run turns away and starts walking away as it explodes.
Yeah.
Walking away from the explosion. Excellent.
Guys, don't look at explosions.
Right. And as the hag dies, and all grows quiet on this ice rain night, Kreen, you have successfully defended your keep from the dark things that came out of the portal.
The country shall be mine.
the Conkers shall be yours, as long as you clean up your mess. The dwarves stop like right in front of the doorway, and as soon as the hag dies, and you can't get them to move back into their original position, so you might have to figure out how you're going to explain why they moved. But
Can I get these guys to pretend that they're attacking to get them to move back?
Well, they would attack your friends.
Well, I
They
mean,
would-
my
Like,
friend,
okay, everybody stand over here by the door.
come here. I want to try something.
But yeah, you're able to clean up the mess, and no one is the wiser that Arden's grandma came knocking at keep during ice rain, only to find her end.
So many mysteries solved.
Yeah, do you return the spear?
I mean, canonically, you don't have to, so you might as well just take the fucking thing.
That's not true.
It's kind of true.
I mean, it's there on the wall the entire time because at some point in time, doesn't Byron go asking about it?
Oh yeah. Find somebody.
Jux has crafted a intricate forgery that's just set on the wall.
But yeah, you guys helped Kreen defeat these hags, and the portal is still up and active, so you can go back through if you want. Should you so desire, or you can find a place on the side of the portal. That's up to you.
But I'm gonna end the broadcast. You guys killed